888-525-READY.
Attention, extra listeners. Tax season is here. Do you have a retirement tax strategy in place? Because tax planning for retirement is not just about reporting your taxes, it's about planning them. We work with you to create an efficient tax plan to take you through the next stage of life, the next 10 years, 20, 30, and beyond. We'll help keep the golden years golden. Our fiduciary team provides personalized guidance to keep your financial future secure. Don't wait. Plan now for peace of mind. Schedule your complimentary consultation today at masterplanretire.com. Masterplan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Master Plan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Master Plan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Locally owned and heard throughout Georgia on the Extra app.
No DHS funding and lots of airport chaos. I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News. The Senate's debating how or if to fund Homeland Security and end the partial government shutdown that is depriving TSA workers of paychecks and creating extremely long lines at U.S. airports.
5 weeks now into this shutdown of DHS, and there is little to no optimism here on the Hill that this is going to get fixed anytime soon. Now, we do expect Border Czar Tom Homan to be on the Hill here again today to meet with the bipartisan group of senators to talk about this DHS funding. Senate Majority Leader John Thune said earlier today, we should know if there's a real chance of getting a deal after that meeting is over.
Fox's Bill Malugin on Capitol Hill. Members of the Coast Guard and Secret Service are also not getting paid during the DHS funding stalemate, now in its 34th day. Operation Epic Fury pushes through day 21. President Trump singing the U.S. military's praises, painting a dim outlook for Iran's.
The difference between them and us is they had a Navy 2 weeks ago. They have no Navy anymore. It's all at the bottom of the sea. 58 ships knocked down in 2 days.
The president speaking at the White House as he honored the U.S. Naval Academy football team today. Fox's Lucas Tomlinson is in Dubai and reports the U.S. is sending 3 more warships and thousands more U.S. Marines to the Middle East.
The Pentagon announcing it has deployed the venerable A-10 Warthog attack aircraft to begin striking targets responsible for Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, using its 30-millimeter chain guns along the coastline in an attempt to open the Strait of Hormuz.
And March Madness rolls on today. The men's first round continues and the women's tournament gets underway. One blowout so far as number 3 TCU slammed number 13 UC San Diego 86-40. America's listening to Fox News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-809-7171. That's 800-809-7171.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Here we go. Look out, it's only me. It's only the giver. Let her rip Friday. Pete's off, but we have the mechanical mangler Flounder at the controls there in the room of happiness. And next to me is a special guest. Victor, sign in, please, and tell the ladies and gentlemen who you are. I'm never going to play that Marori freaking scream yell or whatever the hell it is you do. But first of all, welcome aboard. Tell them who you are.
Thank you very much, Kimmer. I tell you, it is an honor to be sitting next to Kimmer. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Victor Armendariz, your Mexican not afraid to be a mark, and I bet you can roll your R's.
I'm rolling my eyes. But I'm not. I mean, you're, the king.
Kimmer, I can't. I'm just so happy to be here. I am thrilled to be part of 106 now, and just to be able to sit next to you. I've told the listeners before, years ago.
Hold on, Victor.
The motorcycle ride.
Oh, wait a second. What's going on? Hey, Saturday. Sorry, I talked Friday. We have a little Friday thing, and I was so enthralled with the story that I went through my own standard intro.
That's all right. That's okay.
Not to worry. Anyway, you were saying, of course, heard you this morning. You were filling in.
So, I filled in for the morning extra this morning. It was a blast. We had so much fun. It was the fastest 4 hours I think I've ever experienced. Mm-hmm. But we had a blast. And just talking about all the craziness that's going on.
And Bryce was at the controls, and Bryce was filling in yesterday.
Yes.
And so we'll be talking off and on about the advice now. I gave him advice this morning, and the way that I'm glad. I wish I were younger, but I'm glad I'm not young. I mean, there's no way I could figure out this whole non-personal stuff.
I agree with you, Kimmer. I don't understand. I asked Bryce this morning, when's your next date? And he goes, well, it's kind of cooling off a little bit.
Yeah, I heard that.
And I said, well, did you call her? No.
Yeah, no, they won't. Anyway, we'll get into all that stuff here. Our number is 404-741-1230. And we're up here till 6 o'clock, and it's a beautiful day. It feels almost like summer. And in fact, it's now officially spring, the Ides of March. What is it not? The vernal equinox. So
it was this morning. Was it at noon, like 11?
Actually, it used to be overnight into the 21st of March. But now, I don't know whether it's like an elliptical thing or something, but now they're saying that the change is on the 20th itself, sometime in the afternoons, but I don't know.
So we are officially in spring.
I believe we are officially now in spring.
Well, it's supposed to be 80, so that's a little more like summer. But
and
I'm ready for that cold weather to go away.
Well, in fact, this morning I put on my air conditioning.
Already?
Yeah. Well, hell, it was 90 degrees in my free. Yeah, damn right I did. Yeah. I looked at the thermostat. Whoa, what is this 81 crap?
It's great. I got just the other day. I was in Tennessee. I had to go up to Tennessee, and it was snowing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Hell, Pete up in the mountains of Macon had snow on the ground the other day. It was unfreaking believable.
It's crazy.
Anyway, Kimmer, Pete's off, Flounder, and Victor's in with us here today with a great pleasure. And by the way, you have your own podcast thing. How do they get if they want to hear your stuff?
I do. If you want to hear me, ladies and gentlemen, more of me, just go to any podcast, Spotify, Apple, Podcast Park at 106. Park. You can go to the 106.3 website and find me, but it's the Victor Armendariz Show.
Yeah, I used to be on that, I think.
You still are, I think.
Am I? That's hard to believe.
That's for the podcast. Yeah, that's
possibly imagine how that's possible. Anyway, let's see. Again, 404-741-1230, 741-1230 if you'd like to join us. Neil Boortz joining us at 4 o'clock today from Parts Unknown, and which is always fun on a Friday afternoon. And before we get going with all the stuff that's going on, and by the way, it's Let It Rip Friday. Anything goes, as always. But to start the program, Gary McKee died. Gary McKee was a. Do you remember the name Gary McKee?
That name sounds familiar, but
now Flounder. Do you even know the name Gary McKee at all?
No.
Well, Gary
McKee person.
No offense for you radio people. No, not really. Just I came here in 1972, and Gary McKee was one. This is back in the days before FM. There's literally no FM radio. I came here at a 3-call letter radio station, which was celebrating its 50th anniversary, and I was doing the morning show with John Moore was originally doing the morning show, and these guys go way Bob Ketchersid, Aubrey Morris was the news director. This goes way back in 1972, and Gary McKee was at one of the rock and roll radio stations called Quixie back then in the early 70s, and he did a morning show, and then years later he went to the afternoons. When I also came, I left town and I came back and worked with Skinny Bobby Harper. He and I did the morning show with Skinny Bobby Harper and Miriam Moat and Kathy Fishman these days back in the 80s, and Gary McKee was still rocking and rolling in town, and he was a well-known broadcaster on rock and roll radio.
Was that with the one they called WQXI?
Quixie.
Quixie.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
That's
Quixie.
what I heard.
Yeah.
My mother used to. That's how I know that.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
is how I know that.
I mean, he was a big. It was a big name, huge name, and Quixie was too. And I think Skinny Bobby Harper worked at Quixie before we all got together at the other station there.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, but that's 50 years ago, literally more than 50 years ago.
Right.
I've been doing this for 61 years now. Is that ridiculous?
Wow.
I mean, my first paid radio job was 61 years ago.
Are you serious? Wow. That is amazing,
Freaking
Kimmer.
unbelievable. Anyway, so our condolences to the friends and family, Gary McKee. And I read an article that said he had Alzheimer's, which is a shame. And he was only 81. Now, let me tell you, 81 is way too young these days.
Way too young. 100%.
Well, no, I'm serious. That's right.
Yeah, you're right.
God. Anyway, so rest in peace and God bless America. And he had a great career, long career, and he was very successful and popular. And he was a competitor of mine. And God rest his soul. Anyway, and another, we're doing a double, memorial thing here. Chuck Norris died.
Chuck Norris.
Just yesterday, we mentioned that he was in Hawaii doing some training for something he was working on, and he took ill, had some kind of a thing. They said he was in good spirits, and then actually he had died.
And then he died.
We found out today that he had died yesterday, apparently, in Hawaii. And he was born Carlos Ray Norris. 86 years ago, grew up poor, joined the Air Force out of high school, trained in martial arts in Korea, where he was deployed, opened a martial arts studio, which included people like Steve McQueen and Priscilla Presley and Bob Barker. And he said Steve McQueen got him into the acting when he was in his 30s. And now he, of course, was a Texas Ranger on TV and movies and all that stuff. And as I understand, I don't have it in the story here, but I recall the other, because he just had his birthday. We just mentioned his birthday a few days ago. And as I recall, looking it up then, Chuck Norris had 5 different black belt top ranks in 5 different disciplines.
Yeah. He sure did.
I mean, that's freaking unbelievable.
Chuck Norris was somebody I looked up to because my mother, this is how smart my mom is, seeing how short. See, I never realized I was short, Kimmer, until I got to college, and all I could see were belt buckles walking towards me. I was pretty short. Yeah. But my mom, when I was about 12 years old, put me in martial arts, so I'm actually a black belt myself. I can kick the crap out of a knee. But Chuck Norris was he was just an awesome guy that I looked up to.
I heard Glenn Beck talking about him. He was a good friend of his. And Glenn Beck said that when all the jokes started coming, Chuck Norris doesn't do push-ups, the earth goes down. I did a bunch the other day. I'm not going to do any today because we've all known him and you can Google them. And they're funny. I mean,
they are funny.
Anyway, but Chuck Norris's wife was really ticked off when these all started exploding on the internet years ago. And she said, this has got to stop. And he said, well, they're kind of funny. But she said, no, it's offending of everybody. It's just horrible, disgusting. And her kids said, Mom, stop it. They're great. Everybody loves him even more. He's famous now. He's a big star. Everybody. And she said, oh, okay. And that's when he exploded, was when the internet started making fun of him.
100%.
Well, The Advocate, this is their headline. Chuck Norris, panned for past anti-gay remarks, dies at 86.
Oh, what
are you kidding me?
Just kiss my ass. How about that?
The Advocate.
Wow.
There's always somebody. There's always something.
In
fact, one of the things we're going to talk about today is I stuck in my craw that the governor of freaking Arkansas, who happens to be a girl, a woman who achieved governorship and also was working for the federal government in the White House and so forth, who achieved all that as a fairly young woman, as a fairly young American woman in this country, and they shame her to leave a restaurant because, and I'll guarantee you, I do not know this, and I haven't seen anybody interviewing the employees, but I will bet you that the people who complained about Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders being in there for freaking lunch, eating lunch with 2 other women, I guarantee you the people who bitched about it were young girls.
Oh, they were. And I will go ahead and say it as a Hispanic. I bet they were young white girls.
I'll bet you.
Named Karen.
But I guarantee they were young girls. Yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, you dirty, rotten phonies. Remember how phony the Me Too thing was until it concerned liberals? 100%. So that was phony. And now this business about, how about saluting success among women in America today? She's a governor.
These liberal women, young women today, don't realize that a strong woman when they see one.
And even worse, what stuck in my craw, there was not a single story of a single other person in that restaurant standing up and saying, hey, you stay right there. And if you leave, I'm leaving.
Right on.
Seriously.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I couldn't freaking believe it. The rudeness and the coarseness and the disrespect. And it's because Donald Trump came down that escalator. It all goes back to Trump derangement syndrome. All right, I got to go. You're coming out 314. Victor's here. We got stuff. Yeah, your calls. How about 404-741-1230. All right, look out. Here we go. And more. And we got stuff. We got things. Oh, my God. Look out. Yada-da.
If Minnesota has shown us anything, it's that the left will side with rioters over America. The real immigration crisis is inside blue cities, whose years of soft on crime, open border policies are now colliding with public safety. Atlanta's conservative news and talk station won't be swayed by headwinds of left-wing media. We'll always give you the facts from the most trusted voices in the country. Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Truist Park is waiting for you, Braves country. Baseball is back, and so are your Atlanta Braves. The opening homestand of the 2026 season begins March 27th through the 29th as the Kansas City Royals come to town for opening weekend. The homestand begins with 2 gate giveaways, a magnetic schedule powered by Georgia Power, plus a rally towel presented by Racetrack to bring the energy to the home opener atmosphere on Friday, March 27th. Then on Sunday, March 29th, it's the first Kids Club giveaway of the year. The first 3,000 kids through the gates will receive a Ronald Acuna Jr. chenille cap, and families can enjoy exciting pregame activities inside Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Park. The excitement continues March 30th through April 1st as the Athletics visit Truist Park, and tickets start at just $10. Plus, fans can score a Drake Baldwin NL Rookie of the Year bobblehead on March 31st, presented by Coca-Cola. Get your tickets now at Braves.com/promos. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves country.
Hey, what's up? It's Drake Baldwin here to talk about my personal Rookie of the Year, Superior Plumbing. They say you can't be Rookie of the Year more than once, but Superior has been proving themselves for over 40 years as the GOAT of plumbing. Whenever I need a leak repaired, toilet replaced, or water heater, I call Superior Plumbing, and you should too. They handle each job with care and honesty. For Superior, there's no job too small.
For Superior, the honest one, call 770-422 Plum.
This is Jonathan Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers, where we're bringing you the biggest diamond engagement and wedding event of the year. Our spring bridal event is back. For one weekend only, take advantage of exclusive savings, extensive designer lines, and an incredible event-only diamond selection. Plus, get event-only savings of up to $3,000 or 0% APR financing for 3 years at D. Geller & Son's spring bridal event. It's this weekend, Friday through Sunday, in both showrooms, Kennesaw and Sandy Springs. Save even more when you RSVP online at dgeller.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Ventrac. Got hills, heavy brush, or tough terrain that's slowing you down? Howard Brothers has a solution, Ventrac mowers. Built for steep slopes and demanding terrain where traditional equipment struggles, Ventrac is engineered to handle the hard jobs. And with more than 30 available attachments, it's not just a mower, it's a year-round machine. Schedule your demo with Howard Brothers today and see what Ventrac can do for you.
Here today with Evan Ward of Atlas Retirement. And Evan, I recently read an article that said 65% of those surveyed, they're more worried about running out of money in retirement than they are of death itself. So let's talk about some of the ways you can help our listeners replace that paycheck they've relied on for all these years in their working lives.
Well, it makes sense that they'd be scared of that, because what do you do if you run out of money in retirement? You're going to go back to work? Who's hiring folks that are retired, and physically and mentally, you're going to be able to do that? And isn't the whole point of having a financial advisor so that you never have to worry about that again? So one of the ways that we do that is we build a fully comprehensive income plan so that we know there's money coming in every month that'll cover your bills, give you the quality of life that you're looking for, no matter what the market's doing, no matter how long you live. in some cases, regardless of what happens to you health-wise. So we can put plans in place to eliminate or at least mitigate all of those kind of risks every single person deals with in retirement.
I know a lot of our parents relied on pensions, but let's be honest, Evan, the pension is becoming a thing of the past, but there are ways for folks to create their own personal pensions, aren't there?
Yeah, so I'm a big proponent of do-it-yourself pension, but when we do the pension ourselves, the one negative with a pension is all the value in the pension goes away once you turn on the actual income. With the plans that we build with the do-it-yourself pensions, you maintain that asset, or more specifically, your surviving spouse, your kids. And so you live forever. You get a ton of paychecks, and whatever's left over goes to the wife and kids, surviving spouse, beneficiaries, whoever that might be.
Call Atlas Retirement for a complimentary review of your savings and investments today. Call 678-736-7799. Again, that's 678-736-7799. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em,
Here we go.
know when to walk away, and know when to run.
Kenny Rogers. I got a couple of his songs on my Magic Music stick, including the one with Dolly Parton, Islands in the Stream. I love that song, too. Kenny Rogers, sad day 6 years ago today, 2020. Kenny Rogers passed away. He was only 81. Again. I thought that was like yesterday's 40 or something.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry. Anyway. Kenny Rogers charted more than 120 hit singles. Various music genres, including country and pop. More than 200 individual weeks in America alone on the top singles charts. Kenny Rogers was voted the favorite singer of all time in 1986 in a joint poll by readers of USA Today and People magazine. 1986, Kenny Rogers, favorite singer of all time. Wow, that's pretty excellent. And again, and by the way, I don't think I'm mistaken in this. My dentist is Dr. Dina Giesler, America Smiles. Dr. Dina Giesler, as I recall, also was the dentist to Kenny Rogers.
Really?
Yes, sir. If I'm not mistaken.
That's
and
awesome.
He lived in like Athens and had a golf course and all that stuff in there. That's years ago, of course. Let's see. Victor's joining us here today. Oh, by the way, do we have Victor's the screaming Tarzan yell or whatever the hell? I don't know what the hell. It's the damnest thing I ever heard. Do you know what that is in there? Do you know anything about it?
Sit tight.
Do you know anything about that? Jesus, Mary and Joseph. And I mean, my God, man. Hey, I saw he said, hey, hello, and I go, hey, ha. There we go.
That's how I grew up, Kimmer.
Was this some freaking soccer thing or what the hell?
It is 100%.
God, by the way, it's soccer. I'm sorry. If you say football here, it's, it's a captain, I mean, really, you got to,
I understand.
Anyway.
I catch so much flack.
Holy criminy bazingos. And is that a cheer of a
100%. If you go to a soccer game, Kimmer, the crowds, first of all, you're talking stadiums that seat 100,000 plus people, and they will sing that song in unison. And it's a sight to see.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like is those freaking uvulas or whatever the hell they got. Volvacos. Oh, jeez.
I don't even like those.
Those should be outlawed.
Then I think they have been.
Oh, God.
They're awful.
Oh,
awful.
All right. Kimmer Pizza Off, Flounders here, and Victor, our guest is our radio guy is here in the studio.
Right.
Part of our 106.3 family. Let's see. Our birthday list includes Carl Palmer is 76. Carl Palmer from the famous group Emerson, Lake and Carl. It's a tremendous. No, it'd be Emerson, Lake and Palmer. You see what I did there? It's kind of.
I wasn't going to correct the Kimmer.
No. I know you got the memo. All you really need to say is right again, Kimmer. And
right
boy,
again.
I never thought of that, Kimmer. There's like 5 of them we wrote down there for you. Yeah. You gotta show a little respect in here once. Like these two bastards, for the last seems like 50 years or something. It's a freaking abuse, God.
Hey, Flounder, I got $10 for each one. What did you get?
I was checking a video thing. I'm sorry. What was the question?
I don't know. He's just causing trouble.
Move along.
I know it. All right. And now our history thing, in fact, I think you'll get a kick out of this. Let's see. On this day in 1990, University of Colorado Boulder's football coach Bill McCartney received inspiration for the Promise Keepers men's ministry while attending a Fellowship of Christian Athletes banquet. The coach thought about his stadium back home and how it could be used as a place for training and teaching what it means to be godly men. This is 1990. In June of that year, 72 men met to discuss and organize the first Promise Keepers event. And in the following July, the first Promise Keepers event was held. 4,200 men attended. And then by 1997, the ministry held an open-air event at the National Mall in Washington, D.C. It was reported to be the largest gathering of men in American history.
Wow.
Now, this was a history thing written like 5 or 6 years ago, so it may have been the People's March or something. It might have been. Of course, that was, I think that was after the. Either way, now, didn't you mention Promise Keepers to me? Or was that something different?
I think that was, no, I remember. We did mention that. Yeah. That whole big gathering.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know whether I thought that there was something that you're familiar with and stuff. I don't know. I know about them, but I've never been to a meeting or anything.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
Either. I just know about the how big their gatherings can be.
Excellent. And we're here on the radio. It's Let It Rip Friday. Anything goes. Kimmer, Pete's off. Flounder and Victor's here. 324. Our number is 404-741-1230. 741-1230. Wow. By the way, now I'm not a March Madness. I love Sweet 16. When TV comes, I'll watch Sweet 16 stuff. But I don't get really racked into this stuff. However, the news is covering this all the time. Just in, nearly 36 million March Madness brackets are already busted.
Oh, gosh.
36 million are gone.
That must have happened when High Point beat that.
Well, among other, apparently
Wisconsin.
March Madness took an early hit. 36 million brackets busted. Reported Friday, the 36 million. 14,000 perfect brackets remain through the first 16 games of the men's tournament here. Let's see, that's about 36 million busted brackets. The biggest bracket buster was number 9 TCU's victory over Ohio State, number 8 seed. That busted over 14 million brackets. Nebraska's first ever tournament win over Troy, which is a brutal beatdown, eliminated another 2.5 million. It was the upsets that brought the figure close to 14,000. High Point over Wisconsin, of course. Louisville survived USF. And then the number dipped below the million mark. VCU's. Who's VCU? What the hell's VCU? Virginia Cavalier.
Correctional Institution.
Oh, my goodness. Chlamydia University? I have no idea. Anyway, they beat UNC. Oh, UNC lost.
Wow.
Anyway, St. Louis dominant win over Georgia. Yikes. And Gonzaga expected victory over Kennesaw State. Rounded over. 14,000 brackets are left intact. That's about 0.039% of the original brackets have lost. Anyway, just for the record, that's kind of the latest.
California Victor University.
California Victor University?
Who knew?
The hell? Okay. I guess they had to have somebody to play. I don't know. Anyway,
I guess so.
I'm not sure about this silly stuff. Anyway, 320, almost 327 here. Kimmer Pete is off, and Flounder here, and Victor joining us as well. And 404-741-1230, and you too. A couple of newsy things. We'll get the latest on the war in Iran. And now they're talking about sending in, a couple of thousand Marines. We just saw on TV Live now, missile fragments explode in Jerusalem's old city.
Oh, wow.
But that's not going to go over well with the Israelis, yes. And in fact, I've heard some talk. I don't know about international politics. I'm hardly, I'm an observer, nothing else. But it seems to me that clearly Donald Trump's goals and Netanyahu's goals are two different things. Donald Trump wants to be able to, get rid of the nuclear angle of this whole thing and settle it and be comfortable with what the future might bring and then get out. Israel wants them all to die. Israel wants to blow up the place. So, I don't know what's going to happen when we leave. They're not going to. I guarantee you, when America finally wraps this up, Israel's probably far from done. But I don't know.
Or will it affect the next presidency with Netanyahu?
Well, I don't know. In fact, Flounder, let's play that soundbite. We have Bibi Netanyahu here. Oops, I got this over here. Well, he's been talking about the report that those powerful Jews were so powerful and so sneaky that they tricked that imbecile Donald Trump into going to war for him. Here's Bibi Netanyahu saying, "Now just hold on there, soldier."
These opening remarks with one other fake news, and that is that Israel somehow dragged the U.S. into a conflict with Iran. Does anyone really think that someone can tell President Trump what to do? Come on. President Trump always makes his decisions on what he thinks is good for America, and may I add, I think what is also good for future generations.
Bibi Netanyahu. And by the way, now there's some more updates here, which are kind of amusing. The spokesperson for Iran's Revolutionary Guards tried to say, "I'm just a messenger. I just wrote it. I'm not the guy." Boom.
I'm not the guy.
Too bad. This guy is Ali Mohammed Najing or something. Naini. He was a guy who was shooting his mouth off the other day, saying, "Yeah, you guys got nothing. That's all you got." He said, "We're gonna. You think you're going to exhaust us? We will end the shadow of the war when we're done with crushing all you people." He said, "We're gonna crush everybody. You Americans got nothing. Our Navy. We got a Navy. We got everything else." And then boom, he's dead. They got him. Can you imagine me, our next guy? I got my back. I got no, seriously. My wife's pregnant. And if I could, we were on vacation. I've been waiting a year to take a trip to, the Disney World. I'd say there's something. Your holy mullah, please. I mean, can you can imagine who wants to be anywhere near the leadership?
Nowhere near.
The Israeli commandos know who and where and everybody on this.
They have to.
Anyway.
What's that game, Kimmer, where the things pop up and you smack it on the
Whack-a-mole.
head? Whack-a-mole.
Yeah,
That's what we're playing with Iran.
All right, look out. 3:30, 106.3. Let it rip Friday. How's it going? Look out. Here we go. We got so much. We got stuff. We got things. It's all right over here somewhere. I don't know.
Support the advertisers and partners that share your values. Give our extra advertisers the first shot to earn your business. They will deliver for you every time and support the extra community like no one else. Connect with all of our partners online at extra1063.com.
Hey, it's Kimmer. Let me ask you something. When you paid your health insurance bill this month, did you think, how am I supposed to keep paying this and I don't even use it? Feels like a waste of money. Well, that's where a lot of people are right now. It's too expensive, but you can't afford to not have it. So what are you supposed to do? Well, that's where my guy Steven comes in, the health insurance doctor. He does this every day. That's why they call him the health insurance doctor. He'll look at what you have and tell you straight if there's a better way. Here's an example. This is true. One family was paying over $3,000 a month. Now it's around $1,200 without sacrificing coverage. Does not happen for everybody, but shows it's possible. And yes, there are plans with PPO networks, no deductible options, year-round enrollment. Anybody can sit around and just complain about their premiums all year, but not everybody can do something about it. My friend Steven, health insurance doctor, 678-523-0759. You could be saving money before you even know it. The health insurance doctor, 678-523-0759. healthinsurancedoctor.net.
The Georgia Swarm are celebrating the best sports fans in the South. Join us for Fan Appreciation Night on Friday, March 20th at Gas South Arena in Duluth. Be there for giveaways and a post-game autograph session on the field. It's all presented by Coastal States Bank. Swarm fans, you guys make the Hive buzz, and we want to thank you so much. Get your professional lacrosse tickets today at georgiaswarm.com for Friday, March 20th at 7:30 p.m. Gas South Arena. That's georgiaswarm.com.
Hey, this is John Flading from ATL Turfco. We're a family-owned and operated independent local company here in the Atlanta area. We've been in business for over 15 years. We install several different types of artificial grass. One is landscape, which looks like real grass for your lawn. The next one is pet turf. Pet turf is a little bit shorter than landscape, and it's more durable. And the other one is putting greens. If you can dream it, we can build it. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
Gentlemen, listen up. When it's not hard, it's really hard. Did you know that 50% of men over 50 have some form of ED? It's true, and I'm one of them. ED followed me everywhere. Heck, even my initials are ED. I'm Dr. Eric Deal from Total Body Therapy of Georgia, and I know ED. It can lead to feelings of embarrassment, stress, and sadness. But there's good news. I can fix it. I fixed mine, and I can fix yours too. At Total Body Therapy of Georgia, we are experts in the P-shot, testosterone replacement, regenerative therapy, Trimix to create an erection, and more. Guys, ED won't get better on its own, but I can help you today. Call us at 404-777-1911. That's 404-777-1911, or learn about us more online at tbtofga.com. So take it from me, ED, Dr. Eric Deal at Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Call 404-777-1911 or online at tbtofga.com.
Are you paying too much in taxes? Most people are, and they don't even realize it. Hi, I'm David Nicholas, president of Nicholas Wealth Management. Every year, hardworking individuals and business owners send more money to the IRS than they legally have to. I hate to see it. Not because they did anything wrong, but because the tax code is complex. It's always changing, and it's full of opportunities most people never hear about. So here's the real question. Could you be paying less in taxes? With the right strategy, many people can. Through smarter planning, overlooked deductions, and better retirement and income decisions, you can win in retirement. That's why we're offering a complimentary tax analysis. No cost, no obligation, just a clear look at where you may be overpaying and what you can do about it. Stop guessing, get answers. Call Nicholas Wealth Management 678-990-8500, 678-990-8500, or visit nicholaswealth.com.
Nicholas Wealth Management is an independent financial services firm. This is for informational purposes only and is not specific investment advice.
Hey, it's Front Office Los with Tom, the honest car guy. Let's talk about the new way to buy a car in 2026. Tell me how you can save clients thousands of dollars in this process.
I got a customer here, Jeff Everhart. I met him today first time because I delivered his 25 model Honda Pilot, fully loaded with only 16,000 miles on it. Jeff, answer Los's question about that one.
It was actually shocking. I mean, you hear the advertisements, you want to believe it, and then when you go through with the sale, and there's no extras, there's no dock fees, there's no storage fees, no transportation fees. The price I was given was the price that I paid plus their honest fee. I did save thousands of dollars, and it was a very quick sale.
Well, we appreciate that.
And did it from my living room.
Did it from your living room.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME-1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Incredible story. Hello. Yeah, I got to stand by. This is real sad. I'm almost saying, it's just too. I had it on my history thing to talk about today. I couldn't do it, but it's on the music list, so we have to. Very sad song, Tears in Heaven, 1981, because Eric Clapton's 4-year-old son, Connor, fell to his death from the 53rd story balcony of a New York City apartment because the housekeeper cleaning the room left the window open. The boy was in custody of his mother, an Italian actress, visiting a friend's apartment at the time, and Eric Clapton was staying in a nearby hotel. He had just taken his son to the circus. And the little boy fell out the 53rd floor balcony. Tears in Heaven, the song as a result. Just horrible, horrible, horrible. I mean, I can't, just horrible.
I can't imagine.
Yeah,
That's awful.
brutal. That's Letter Up Friday, anything goes. And let's see, I'll do a little birthday thing here. How about Hal Linden? You know who that is?
No.
Are you old enough to know Hal Linden?
I have
Flounder,
no
you ever
idea.
heard of Hal Linden?
From the show, from you talking about him.
There you go. Hal Linden from Barney Miller.
I know Barney Miller show.
Barney Miller. Hal Linden was like the good leader kind of thing, of a little mustache, little gray mustache and stuff. Hal Linden is 95, and that was also the Barney Miller was a show where they had that guy Gabe with a big kind of funny face and stuff, and I forgot his last name, but he also played Sal in The Sopranos and Vito Corleone movie, The Godfather. Yeah, Godfather. He played Sal, who betrayed Marco Corleone, and then they were put him in a car and said, "Tom, can you give me a break?" He says, "Sorry, Sal." He put him in a car and killed him. And that was Gabe somebody, the famous actor. I can't remember his name. Very famous actor, not famous enough for me to remember, of course. But
apparently,
I hate them. It's a freaking name thing. I swear to God, I'm not making making this up. This morning driving in here, I was thinking about a thing concerning the Rolling Stones, and I was thinking about a thing with a girlfriend that the leader had sex with, and the only name that would come into my head was Keith Richards. I could not think of the mouth, the lips, or something. And fine, I'm not making this up. I drove from probably 6 miles. 6 miles through the park because again you're trying, and Mick Jagger came out. I mean, it's just in names they won't come out. And it's not my fault. It's not my fault. Anyway, hold on. Did I do a history thing? I don't even remember. No, I'll do this one. Here we go. I get distracted easily.
Easily.
You've never seen anything like this, sir, Victor.
Never.
And for good reason, too. They would say, don't allow this kind of thing.
That's right.
They keep trying to hope I'll do something they can fire me. Because they can fire me anytime we want anyway.
Yeah, let's
Who am
be
I
honest.
kidding? Seriously. But my Typhoid Mary, on this day in 1907, was apprehended in New York. Mary Mallon was her name. Mary Mallon was the first recorded American case of a healthy carrier of typhoid. Healthy carrier.
Abe Vigoda was
Abe
the gentleman.
Vigoda, that's what it was. It wasn't Gabe, it was Abe. Abe Vigoda. Thank you,
We just had a
Flounder.
caller. Thank you, caller.
Thank you, caller. There you go. Abe Vigoda. Very famous actor.
Yeah.
And the Barney Miller Show is kind of a slobby kind of a guy, and a serious character actor. And again, in The Godfather, he met his end. Anyway, so Mary Mallon was a healthy carrier of typhoid, suspected of directly infecting 51 people with typhoid while she worked as a cook. Several of them died. She herself remained completely healthy. There were outbreaks of typhoid following her wherever she worked in 1907. She was put in quarantine for 3 years, but then released when she promised not to work as a cook. And then she kept working as a cook. And more people got typhoid. So they put her in quarantine where she died and spent the rest of her life.
Wow.
Of course, she couldn't go anywhere. Well, she was a carrier of typhoid.
Was she a Chinese spy? No, I don't know. I'm not starting.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Anyway, it's 3:40. Kimmer, Pete is off. Flounder's here, and Victor's our good friend here. Now, I'll tell you, I have family members who are today, I think, leaving or about to leave from a resort area in Mexico. And when they told me they were going to Mexico, even my daughter Sarah said, well, I know because of the problems with the cartels. And I'm thinking, oh, Jesus, I mean, wow. I said, sweetie, she said, no, Daddy, we're okay because we're staying at some friends of ours have a place in a very famous place that that I've been to several times. But it's a gated community and they have guards everywhere. And so, I mean, they know the thing. But I thought to myself, they were fine. And I think they're leaving today. But I thought to myself, I have loved Mexico. There was nothing better in the world than whether you had the wife at the time, and get on a freaking plane in Hartsfield. An hour and a half later, you're in Mexico. And an hour after that, you're on the beach. Mm-hmm. And at the time, this is in the 90s, 80s, 90s, in the 70s and 80s, but even in the early 90s, you could stay at a very classy resort on the beach for a couple of $100 a night. Mm-hmm. So you want to spend a week in Mexico for $1,000? Okay. Okay. And I'm telling you, Victor, we used to we would leave the hotel on foot and get on a bus.
Wow.
And go into town, go to a bullfight or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I remember we'd take the bus. We'd get on the freaking bus and go and just, go fool around in the market and buy stuff or whatever. And I remember taking a picture with a chimpanzee that would give you the finger for $5. And you sit on my lap or you kiss you on the face. And so, I mean, we roaming around. We're going to shops and, everybody's taking siesta. I mean, it was unbelievable. I never met a bad Mexican in my life. Right. And the people I knew in America were probably the hardest workers, the most patriotic, and I mean, we Acapulco. I mean, we've been there. Wow. It's where I asked for somebody to marry me on the cliffs of Acapulco. She said, "No, I should have known, but I should have left her right there." But seriously, I mean, we've been everywhere. I mean, Puerto Vallarta. I mean, just and it was spectacular. And now I'm afraid for my family.
Yeah,
we would rent cars and go over Midnight Beach or whatever the hell it's called. I forgot what it's called. If you go to we didn't even go to Tijuana. We went to, Acapulco and stuff and various places and just rent a car and just drive over the mountains into the Sunset Beach or something. Very famous place anyway. No worries.
Wow.
Never thought a thing about it.
Not today.
Not today.
Kimmer, you couldn't go to Acapulco. I wouldn't
go to Acapulco. I
wouldn't do it. I'm a dual citizen, so I have a Mexican
Are you from
passport.
Mexico or another?
So I'm first generation here. I was born here, but my father is from Mexico.
Yeah.
So I have a Mexican passport, United States passport, and I still wouldn't go to Acapulco today. It's just it's not the same.
And what's the famous Jack Nicklaus golfing place near California? Actually,
yes, I think in the Baja.
The Baja Peninsula. It was called what's the name of the dam?
I can't remember the name.
Flounder. God. It's the famous Jack Nicklaus golfing community in Baja. It's not actually Baja, but it's right near there. It's that California Mexico part.
Jack Nicholson course?
Yeah. I guess
it's not Cabo and Cabos.
Cabo San Lucas.
Cabo San Lucas.
Cabo San Lucas.
Yes,
I'm sorry, Flan. That's
where
Cabo San Lucas.
Sammy Hagar has his tequila thing.
Yeah.
He does.
I played golf there.
Wow.
I mean, honestly, and you can't be. You could, at the time, an hour and 20 minutes on a plane, and then you're on the beach an hour later.
Oh, I'll tell you. So my wife and I and my little girl every May would go. We're not going this year. And Kimmer, I was just in Mexico last month, and because I had to go with my dad and my mom, and we were at a little a town called Huitzla, and 2 days before we got there, they nabbed one of the cartel members. It was scary.
Yeah, I mean it is scary. Anyway, it's a shame. It's just a shame. It's just a shame.
Very much so.
And frankly, I'm in favor of Donald Trump. If we have a Mexican president who says, okay, as long as you do it and leave me out of it, just go down there and blow up all the freaking cartel factories.
I'm with you 100%.
How hard is that? They know where they are. Don't they know where they are?
We know
they blow the things into freaking smithereens.
I can't wait.
After he blew up about the first 4, they'd say, golly, the time to move. How about Costa Rica? Here we go. What's going on in Nicaragua? Looks good this time of year. I understand they love children. They're good with the animals. Yeah, they like pets.
There you go.
Jeez. I mean, seriously, what the hell?
No, you're 100% right.
Oh, God, man.
I would be all for it. Target those cartels. Let Hegseth
Who's going to stop us? China going to do something about it?
Nope.
It's their drugs.
Who's going to? The Mexican Navy?
Please.
No.
Anyway, that's right. So, here's where we're up to it. So, Let It Rip Friday. Join us if you like. 404-741-1230. Now, Let It Rip Friday, 106.3. It's quarter forward. Holy cow. Look out. Neil Boortz at 4 o'clock. Stand by.
Extra 106.3 is getting ready for the 2026 midterms. And on the ballot, it's freedom versus communism. The choice is clear, and your vote matters more than ever. The future of our community and our country hangs in the balance, and the conservative voice of Atlanta will continue to fight the good fight right up to the election. Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
Well, I'm kind of glad that I lost my wallet for a while because it gave me something more to talk about for Atlanta Safe House. Yeah, well, I mean, I got it back. And a lady in the neighborhood found it. What a deal. But if I had lost it, or if you lose something like that, do you have a record or a copy of all the things that you're going to make phone calls? Not only your credit cards, but also, stuff that might be real important. That's, you keep it in your safe. All these copies of stuff. Same thing now I learned the hard way with my medical records when I was down in Florida. Didn't have them. The VA under Biden screwed me, but, I didn't have the records, even though they knew it. It's a long story. Anyway, Atlanta Safe House to the rescue. Now, Mark Stone's got like 500 up there. 500 ready to go right now. And they've moved, to Union Hill Road in Alpharetta. And there are sales and deals and especially rebates. I mean, like my first gun safe was Browning. Browning and Fort Knox safes, they have more than anybody else in this part of the country. And it's not just gun safes. They're big guns, little guns, pistol safes, safes for bows and arrows and, jewelry and cash and records and storage stuff, and they can design it any way you want, and I'm telling you, they protect your rights as much as they protect your stuff. Check them out on the web. Look them up, atlantasafehouse.com.
It's the hardest working part of your home, your garage door. When it fails, you need someone you can trust. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. When the largest and most important opening of your home breaks, don't hire a schmo. Call the local name you know, all 4 seasons. Ask your neighbors. We offer upfront pricing, free estimates on all major brands, and 24/7 service. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 seasonsgarages.com.
Did you know that there are over 34,000 lawyers in the state of Georgia? Yet despite that huge number, Bruce Hagen was recently named by his peers as one of the top 100 lawyers in the state. Do you know who is not among the top 100 lawyers in the state? Some clown standing on top of an 18-wheeler. Those kind of lawyers may make flashy ads, but they're just marketers, not real lawyers. If you've been injured in a car wreck, you need Bruce Hagen, a real lawyer who tries cases and wins. Call Bruce Hagen. He's the real deal for your injury case. Hagen-law.com.
Of all the radio ads I've ever done, I only advertised one thing that I think saved my life. My CPAP machine, sleep apnea. And I found the best CPAP dealer out there ever, Roddy, at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. CPAPsETC.com. Everything you need, all the supplies, shipped anywhere at a price that often beats insurance. CPAPsETC.com. Go take a peek now.
Shop in the new 2026 Toyota Tacoma. We'll make sure your move is the one at Marietta Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event now through March 31st. At Marietta Toyota, every new Toyota includes our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty. That's unlimited time and unlimited mileage for as long as you own your Toyota. And if you currently own a Tacoma, Tundra, 4Runner, or Sequoia, you may qualify for $1,000 in loyalty cash towards that new Tacoma, no trade-in required. We've got Tacomas in stock and more arriving. You can choose right now to set up and drive it home. Special APR is available, 4.99% APR for 72 months for well-qualified buyers. Remember, visit us on Kyle Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium. Marietta Toyota. Since 1975, we've been here and we'll be here for you.
4.99% APR for 72 months with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. Not all buyers will qualify. $1,000 loyalty cash available to eligible current owners on selecting Tacoma. No trade-in required. Offer ends 3/31/26. See dealer for details.
Stovall & Company Wholesale Landscape Supply has been family-owned and operated for more than 75 years, and we treat you like family, too.
Check us out at StovallInc.com or stop by our new store in Canton, Georgia and see what we have to offer.
At Stovall, we supply all your landscape project needs.
Completely hassle-free, all the way down to the delivery.
Have you been dreaming of an outdoor kitchen, fireplace, or other custom paver project? We partner with Keystone Hardscapes for all your beautiful high-end concrete needs.
We look forward to making your landscape dreams come true. Stovall has it all.
Celebrate National Peanut Month in March with the powerhouse of great nutrition, Georgia Peanuts. Packed with protein, essential nutrients, and good taste, Georgia Peanuts are now a better snack choice for affordability, sustainability, and nutrition. To learn more health benefits with recipes and fun facts, check out GAPeanuts.com. The perfectly powerful peanut, and this message is brought to you by the family farmers of the Georgia Peanut Commission.
Sponsored by the Georgia Peanut Commission.
Donald Trump live.
Like nobody's ever seen before. But I said I have to go off from that path and I have to take a little journey. We have to get and he would agree, but he's not going to say it. And this is not St. Patrick's Day, by the way. What are you doing with that tie? But we had to go off on a circuitous path and take care of business, and we are in the process of doing it. And I'll tell you, I think we're weeks ahead of schedule. My Secretary of State is very happy. You have a question for Marco?
Marco's right there with him.
President Trump said this week that he can take Cuba. How soon can that happen?
Yeah, get Cuba.
Well, I mean, Cuba's a disaster, and it's because of their communist government. It doesn't work. So I don't have any news for you on that today, other than that's been going on for 67 years. They're a disaster. It's the worst it's ever been.
And what are you guys hearing from your Senate colleagues about the chances of the Save America Act passing?
Well, it seems to be doing okay. It's voter ID. You have to have citizenship to vote. And I'm hearing very good things. I mean, I was hearing negative things because the Democrats are all against voter ID. They're all against citizenship to vote. They're against transgender. You know, they like the transgender thing with mutilization of your children. All of the things that we talk about. You know, we added two little elements. No men in women's sports, right? You know that. We added that.
I hate that.
And when you add them all up, whether you take 4 or 5, I think they're all 95 to 99% issues. I hear it's going, look, it should be an easy pass. but we need Democrat votes. They don't want to approve voter ID because they cheat. They don't want to approve citizenship. In other words, we want to have citizenship in order to vote. You have to prove your citizenship. The Democrats don't want to do that. You know why, Peter? You know why? Because they want to cheat, Peter. Now, speaking of something that's more pleasant.
It's unbelievable, this guy.
It's going to be the greatest ballroom anywhere in the world.
And now the
Nothing
ballroom.
like it. And they just started today one of the biggest
Great
pours
transition.
of concrete that's ever been seen in Washington, D.C.
When they're doing the construction, does it ever wake you up?
It makes me happy when I hear those pile drivers. My wife doesn't love it, but I love the sound. I love the sound of concrete. I love the sound of pile drivers.
And off he goes.
We don't deserve Trump sometimes.
You know, yeah, he's waving goodbye. You know he was going to end with that. I mean, that was the one thing he wanted to get in before he left. And now, I guess he's just leaving now for Mar-a-Lago. Spending the afternoon there.
He pretty much goes there every weekend.
Yeah, but as he should, you know, because he works all the time. He's still. In fact, I was just I was hearing Scott Bessent being interviewed, and he said you can't keep up with him. You might be 3:15 in the morning, and I'll call him and say, "Hey, Scott, you up?" He says, "Yeah, I'm up now. Yeah, sure." You know. Jeez. Anyway, let's see. Victor's here with us today after filling in on the morning show. You got like a good double shift thing going.
Double shift.
And I wanted to make sure you understood. You had no duties. You didn't have to do anything. I want to make sure you took, relaxed or did whatever you wanted.
Kimmer is the best boss.
No, it's just, because we do it. I start bugging Flounder at like 5:32 in the morning.
It's a little late this morning. It was around 5:45.
I know. I did. Well, I woke up at 4. I always wake up a couple times to do a thing, then I go back to bed. But this time I woke up at like 4:10, and I just couldn't go back
even
to
numbers?
sleep. Yeah, no even numbers. In fact, I mentioned the other day, I woke up at 3:33 and I tried to get my phone to record it, and it changed to 4. So
of course.
So I couldn't take the pictures.
Oh.
Now, by the way, I don't think Victor's heard all my stories.
No, so you can have a field day with your bingo
Oh my
cards.
God! Because there's a story about Bob Barker in the news.
What?
You printed that yesterday, so we need to do that one.
I know, but I never. And now there's even more. Apparently, they're accusing Bob Barker of running an actual den of iniquity, where the models were forced to perform various things for Bob Barker.
Really?
And Holly is one who sued him and refused to sign an NDA, non-disclosure. And the other girl, I forgot her name, Parkinson, I think, had an affair with him. She claimed she was forced into it. He said it was all consensual. I mean, it was a whole thing, went on for years and years. He's dead. Bob Barker died.
Right.
But I was on his show on TV. I was on Truth or Consequences when I was in the Marines.
No.
Yes, sir.
Oh, my goodness.
I was, and it was part of a skit. That was kind of a long story, but we were beginning to tape the show, and a baby started crying in the audience. And so Bob Barker's there, and he's looking at me. He says, "Is all right? That just we can't do it with you. If there's crying in the state, there's no." And I go, "Oh my God, Bob Barker!"
Wow.
But he was a very sweet, nice man. He did more for animal, safety things than anybody I know. But apparently he was going through the chicks, at the.
Oh wow!
But
who would have guessed?
Yeah, but I was on his show, and I was picked out of the audience. I was escorting a Marine who just got back from Vietnam, and the skit was that they, in honor of him serving his country, they said, "You're on the Bob Barker Truth or Consequences," and he was. They did it where 3 women got wrapped in wrapping paper, and he wrapped a woman in wrapping paper, and then he said, "Now we backlist," and they all went off stage. The women came back out to be unwrapped, and the woman who came back out to be unwrapped was his wife. Just got back from Vietnam.
No.
Had not even seen his wife. Which flew into California, Treasure Island, and that's where I picked and brought him to. Anyway, so that was the skit of the thing. Wow. So that's how it was. But it was kind of cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's right. This is my Bob Barker story. And now a little Founders Funny action here for you.
No more for me. I'm dealing with the board cashier. I wanted to ask me if I have any coupons, which I don't, because I'm not a housewife from 1978. Who's got time to sit and clip coupons all day? Maybe you should pick up a part-time job and save yourself the 17 cents for the 60 cans of yogurt and a large can of mushroom soup. Speaking of yogurt, what the hell is going on in the dairy section? Have you been back there? It's like a museum of yogurt now. How many flavors of yogurt do you bitches need? You can't even reach for a quarter 2% without bumping some honey, mango, key lime, apricot, kiwi, pineapple flavor of yolk plate. It's taking over the whole dairy section. It's like a wall of yogurt. Butter and margarine are in the corner going, we used to run the dairy section. Now you got all these foreigners moving in with their bacteria. And there's clearly been a little illegal yogurt immigration. Out of nowhere, Greek yogurt, all of a sudden, Greek yogurt. Didn't Greece go broke? What are you trying to get in a hole selling yogurt? Huh? What's in Greek yogurt? Ouzo and milk and a didactic lecture on the perils of an under-intellectualized democracy. Finally, a yogurt with Aristotelian ideas. Hey, I got an idea, Greece. Why don't you get your unemployment rate below 87% before you worry about the amount of probiotics in my lower GI? Here's an idea, Greece. Why don't you get your together before you worry about getting my together?
Mr. Jimmy Schubert right there.
Jimmy Schubert, that's right.
That's right.
But yeah, no, I'm not a yogurt.
Not a yogurt guy?
Neither am I.
No, it's like
if you do some Greek vanilla yogurt with granola and syrup.
Yeah,
with some blueberries.
You know, I used to.
Pretty good.
Actually, I used to eat cottage cheese. And
I love cottage cheese.
I put it with lettuce, and I'd make put dressing on it and have like a little salad or something, and put stuff in it. Anyway,
I like the blueberries. That's it.
There you go. Well, Victor's here as our special guest today with Kimmer Pizza Flounders here, and Neil Boortz will join us after the 4:00 news from Points Unknown, and we'll find out. I'll see what he's doing, and welcome in. It's the first day of spring right now. 106.3. How's it going here? 4:00. Look out.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta Safe House.
The president calls NATO weak. I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News. President Trump, a short time ago, before leaving the White House for Florida.
You know, we don't use the strait. The United States. We don't need it. Europe needs it. Korea, Japan, China, a lot of other people. So they'll have to get involved a little bit on that one.
And earlier, he told Fox's Martha McCallum during a phone call that if NATO won't help with the Strait of Hormuz now, that he knows when the big one comes, they won't be there for us. Meantime, the Pentagon is sending more warships and Marines to the Middle East in the second deployment of service members to the region in the past week.
A task force of about 4,500 sailors and Marines and 3 more warships are joining the U.S. fleet already carrying out attacks on Iran. President Trump offered an update on the Iran war during a trophy presentation for the Naval Academy's football team.
The difference between them and us is they had a Navy 2 weeks ago. They have no Navy anymore. It's all at the bottom of the sea.
The latest deployment will overlap with another Marine Expeditionary Unit also making its way to the Middle East from Japan. Earlier this week, President Trump said he was not sending ground troops into Iran. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Spanish authorities say they have ruled out foul play in the death of U.S. college student Jimmy Gracie, who vanished this week while on spring break in Barcelona. However, they have not dismissed the possibility that he was drugged. Local police said today an autopsy had been performed. And while they say they believe the 20-year-old's death was an accident, they have given few details and made no official ruling. Yesterday, police divers recovered Gracie's body from the sea for a marina in Barcelona. And oil prices are climbing. U.S. crude near $98 a barrel. Stocks are falling. The Dow down more than 200 points. America's listening to Fox.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-809-7171. That's 800-809-7171.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I am grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. Pete's off. Flounders here. Victor, our special guest in the studio. It's Neil Boortz. It's Neil Boortz, Parts Unknown player, joining us on the radio. Neil, how you doing? Happy first official day of spring, sir. How's it going? What's up?
How am I doing?
Hey,
How the hell are you doing? What is the matter with you today?
Well, what do you mean, sir? What did I do now? I didn't do anything. What did I do?
Well, that's just it.
Yeah. Well, what does that mean? I've done stuff. I've been here. I'm smart. I'm not like they say. I was passed over. How come I never talk like this, Michael?
You're going to
see.
Any minute now, you're going to start singing "Do Your Nads Hang Low."
That's very possible. I take credit for nothing and everything. I suspect everyone. I suspect no one.
Yeah. And Mexico?
Yeah.
Now, I went to school at Texas A&M. Where was your college years?
Well, I actually went to 4 different places. I graduated with a bachelor's degree from Arizona State and a master's from Michigan State.
I like Arizona.
I loved Arizona.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite.
Yeah.
Isn't Arizona State Tucson?
No. Arizona State's
Phoenix.
in Phoenix. Tucson is University of Arizona. My mother's mother and husband lived there.
Yeah,
Tucson.
I particularly love Tucson.
Yeah.
It's about 1,600 feet higher than Phoenix, so it's cooler.
Oh, it's beautiful, yeah. In fact, the last time I drove to Tucson to see my grandmother with my bride after getting out of the Marines, my car overheated on the interstate, and luckily a state policeman pulled over to stop and get me. Because, they do, everybody had to give. Back then, my brand new car had a typical small radiator where I bought it, and we moved to Phoenix, and all of a sudden, a little typical small radiator in Phoenix doesn't work in the summertime. You need those, big time Charlie eating things.
It's a dry heat.
Yeah, my ass. First time they said that, Neil. My God, I got to the, you play golf in Phoenix in the summertime. You better tee off at 4:20 in the morning. Dry heat my ass. It's 116.
I played golf there in the dead of 115 degree temperature.
I did it every weekend. Nobody was out there. Play by yourself. No crowds.
Everything's fine until you try to grab a club out of your bag, and it's so damn you.
And get back in your car. The door handle.
You can't hold it. Okay. Well, I got a couple of things on my mind.
Yes, please. It's your show.
First of all, I cannot tell you how uninterested I am in March Madness.
Yeah, I'm not a bracket guy.
No, I just don't care. Every 24 seconds, 10 idiots jump straight up in the air.
And then call timeout. And I tried to watch the end of the game yesterday here in the studio, and the freaking hallway. And it was one of the great games. Had 1:10 left, and it was like a 2-point game, and it was one of the top-ranked games. And I stood there, and then they call timeout. And then you bring her back in and call timeout. Come on, they got work to do.
Which game was that? Was that the one with Duke?
No, it was the Ohio State game, I think.
Yeah.
Whatever the afternoon game was. I was here working. I was going outside, and I saw the game, and I stopped for a minute. It's brilliant.
I am privileged that I got to see Pistol Pete play basketball.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And I think he still has some. Okay, some of the things I've really enjoyed, the Taylor Frankie Paul video. That's a lot of fun.
Oh, wait, they had to cancel The Bachelorette? Is that the one we're talking about?
Yeah, they're losing tens of millions
because she's beating
of dollars.
Didn't you throw a chair at him or something? In front of her kid?
Boy,
that's my kind of woman. She's freaking perfect.
Well,
bring her around.
That's the kind of woman that would put 3 condoms on the nightstand and then dare you.
Yeah, thank you. Jeez.
But, man. By the way, she's not all that pretty.
I saw a picture. I don't know anything about it. I've never seen a video.
She wasn't. But as far as Mexico goes, at A&M, our destination was always Ciudad Acuña.
Ciudad Acuña, all right, sir. Wow. Now, Victor, being from the, you know that area, Victor?
I know that. We used to drive to Mexico with my dad, my mom. But picture this: a Volkswagen Beetle, mom and dad, and then the kids in the back seat in a little Beetle with no air conditioner.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but you know the nice thing about Ciudad Acuña, if you drive your car there's a lot of young men on the sidewalks that'll.
Yeah.
You know, for a couple of bucks, they'll watch your car.
Oh, yeah. They'll always say, when I was in the Marines, a couple of times, we went down to Tijuana. Let me tell you about it, from Camp Pendleton, and they said, can we watch your car for you? Yeah, yes, you can. Absolutely. Here's a couple extra here, in fact. By God, in fact, I'll give you 10 more when I get back, if it's still here. Thank you so much. Damn right you can watch my car.
And there's extra money if my wiper blades are still there.
Yeah, exactly. And the tires, Jeez, yeah, damn right. It's like $2. Well, I think it was $2. We chipped in for $2.
We're having fun down here with spring break over in Daytona.
Oh man, I've been reading the stories about it. And by the way, some of the cops are having a little fun, putting their videos up on Facebook and stuff and making fun of the kidlets down there. So here we go, spring break. That can't be. You got to be going nuts right now, though, huh?
Well, not up in Fort Myers. In Naples, spring break is when geezers,
when the retired people come.
Let's not talk about it.
They play Mahjong outside. That's what
From New York.
They played on their patios on the deck and overlooking the.
I'm
docks.
very fortunate. All beaches in Collier, all beaches here are public, all of them, including the one that I live on. But the fact is, to get to the one I live on, you have to walk on the beach well over a mile.
Yeah.
So there's never anybody there.
Yeah.
Except us geezers.
I've been shelling there many times with my sweet mother. You get up 5 o'clock in the morning, be the first ones on the beach.
That's Sanibel.
Here you go.
Yeah, and some of Fort Myers.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then I heard you telling one of your endless stories about some rock group.
Well, okay, fine. Which one? There are so many.
Well, the one I like, and I might have mentioned it last week. I'm not going to get into it now.
No.
But if you ever read the story behind the Sultans of Swing, Dire Straits.
Oh yeah, Dire Straits. Yeah.
If you ever get a chance,
I don't know the
story.
Yeah.
Read the story behind that.
Just quickly, were they all murderers or
the
Federal Witness Protection Program?
The guy from Dire Straits was in some sort of a choke and puke. In London, and there was a 2-person or a 3-person band up there playing their hearts out, and he was rather enjoying it. He thought they were pretty good. But when their gig was over for the night, they said, "Thank you very much. We appreciate you, and we are the Sultans of Swing," and they left the stage. And the guy just wrote the whole song about it. It's really very good. Now, okay, let's get serious, right. Kimmer. You're the Marine. I'm not.
Yeah.
I was a devil pup.
That's right. Your old man was a hotshot freaking Marine pilot, as I recall.
Yeah, so he thought I needed to be, humbled. Oh, yeah. So he sent me to Camp Pendleton for the devil pup thing.
Oh, God.
And that's when these ground pounders get a hold of officers' kids.
Yeah, that's right. 300 grunt city boy. They love that. Oh, so your old man's a colonel. I'll be damned.
Yeah, there you
How
go.
about drop and give me 700? How about that?
But, Kimber, I'm just wondering, to secure the Straits of Hormuz, are we going to have to put some Marines on the ground?
Well, there are another 2,500 going over there now, and the word is that I think it's a threat. I think the threat is that if they don't somehow allow the Strait to be open enough to get the gas prices down, that Donald Trump will just take the freaking island once and for all, and then we're in charge of it. And then see what China's going to do about it, or Russia's going to do about it, and who's getting the oil and everything else. And again, Neil, I don't know, this morning on the show before us, they played some sound bites from Donald Trump from 1980. And then 1987 interview with Barbara Walters, and each time Donald Trump said, we should just, during the hostage crisis, Donald Trump said, we should attack Iran. We should take our military and go attack Iran and take their oil.
And do it while you can.
That's right. That's right. Well, this is the chance. And Trump, I think Trump's, behind the scenes, I know there's talking going on, they're saying or implying, and I'll bet you the plan is that this is the final hammer. It says, look, either you open up or we'll just go take it.
I know Trump is sort of a jerk.
Yeah, personally.
A lot of the things he does, talking about sneak attacks with the...
Well, I know, but, I love the guy, honest to God. But at least he was live. I mean, every single day he's going live. He did it today again at the White House. He just opens,
Listen,
unbelievable.
But that lady was a prime minister, Japanese.
Yeah, Japanese. Yeah. Uh-huh.
She missed a good bet when she was talking about Barron Trump's birthday.
Birthday, 20 years old today, yeah.
No, if she had just said, we're going to throw him a surprise birthday.
Surprise!
But, I guess the Japanese sense of humor is not that finely. I tell you, what Iran really needs to be afraid of is that if it gets to be a ground war or what have you along the Straits of Hormuz, wait until the warthogs get there.
Yeah, that's right. I love those planes, man. And if you know what the warthog is, there's two big round tubes on the side of them, and you can't shoot them down. They're indestructible. I mean, and they are nasty. They fire 4,000 rounds a minute.
It's a flying tank.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And I've sat on I have sat. Is that proper?
Yep, I have sat. Yes.
I once did sit on an airport in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, just watched warthogs doing their thing.
Cool. I've never seen one in person. I've never actually seen a warthog.
If I was going to be a military pilot, I could dream about the Blue Angels and all that. Just give me a warthog.
No, I'd want to be one. Yeah, that's what I'd rather.
I want to fly a warthog. And they're damn near indestructible. I mean, sometimes they land after action, and they're just all beat the hell.
Shot up, yeah.
And the meanest warthog pilots are the women.
Women pilots are not to be trifled with. They're killers. I promise you. If there's a woman Navy or Air Force or Marine pilot, she's a killer.
Because they got a lot to get even with.
There you go. I'll show you. Come home late for me with a drunken thing.
But look. Yeah. I think, and this has been brought out in some columns lately, I believe that the media in this country, the dominant media, they honestly, in their heart of hearts, want to see America defeated in this Iranian thing.
Totally true. I totally agree. Absolutely agree. And I don't know what the end of it is to stop it either.
They just hate Donald Trump with a blue steam passion because, he beat Hillary. They hate him for that. He beat Kamala, or whatever her name is, the most qualified person ever to run for president.
That was so funny when she said that.
They beat her, and they hate him with the passion, and it's almost as if they would sacrifice America in order to get even with Donald Trump.
To say I told you so. They would hope that we would have our plane shot down out of the sky, and that America would have to turn tail, and that everybody would be overturned on the ballot box, and so they could say I told you so. And destroy this country. I believe that they're such cowards. How could you have that freaking astronaut, that freaking Mark Kelly, senator from Arizona, sitting on his ass when Donald Trump's awarding the Medal of Honor to a couple of heroes? I mean, what a freaking coward. He's afraid that if he stood up and applauded like a freaking American military man should do, they're going to dox him and boo him and de-elect him. So be a freaking coward. What a dirty, stinking coward.
You have so many triggers, Kimmer.
I do. I'm sorry. Yes, I do. Didn't he shoot a lady in the face? I think he shot a girl in the face, didn't he? No, I might have misquoted that. I don't think I'm sure. So there's some link to some woman got shot in the face. I think he did.
Is perhaps a little wrong.
That could be. Don't hold me to that. I don't know. Luckily, I don't have to be accurate. It's a freaking modern day media. There's no media anymore. It's all advocacy. It's all say whatever the hell you want. Say, well, I'm just a reporter. No, you're not. I'm not a reporter.
Is scoring that.
Yeah, I'm an entertainer. That's it. There's the only way you can say it. You're in the entertainment business.
But I too am afraid. How dangerous do people realize how dangerous this world would be if America left the Middle East and left this conflict without securing the Straits of Hormuz from now into the future, Iran would perhaps literally become one of the most dangerous and powerful nations in the entire world.
Without question. They're bombing their neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw that. Honestly, I did not see Iran bombing 12 countries. They've been sending bombs into 12 of their neighbors' countries. I didn't figure that coming.
Where did they take down that Burj Al Khalifa or whatever it is hotel?
Right.
But and then in the future, what do we do about our so-called European allies?
Oh, it's freaking cowards. Britain's lost. Britain's already gone.
Well, I mean, Britain's Muslim.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, come on. The number one boy's name in London a decade ago was Mohammed.
And by the way, are you ready for this? Hold on a second. I got a story here today.
Are you scratching something?
No, I'm looking through my paper. Here we go. Are you ready for this, Neil? Speaking of Britain, Shakespeare's birthplace is now going to be decolonized because Shakespeare's works show a enabling of the white supremacy problem. So they're going to decolonize the museum paying tribute to William Shakespeare.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Because of researching the continued impact of colonialism on world history and the ways in which Shakespeare's work has played a part in continued impact of colonialism and white supremacy because of Shakespeare's works. I swear to God, what's the matter with these people?
Was it you that, you know, I play grab ass with Tug and Los on Tuesday mornings.
Yeah.
I don't know if I told them this or you this, where the phrase "the beast with two backs."
Oh, the beast with two backs. And I heard that, and I almost called in, but they don't like me to call in, so I didn't call in. Yeah, the beast with two backs, and Iago, and that black ram is tupping your white ewe, as I recall.
Well, the Moor is the Moor is having sex, is making the beast with two backs with your daughter. Now, of course, in the vernacular of Shakespeare, in that era, Moor meant Muslim. So basically, in the Shakespeare play Othello, one character is telling you, "Hey, man, that Muslim is banging your sister."
That's right. Yeah. It's
so the beast from two backs. Yeah. And by the way, it was around before that, but I can't remember any of the characters involved in that one. But it's out of Shakespeare.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You know, here I thought I made it up.
Well, in fact, I didn't know we've been talking about this. I have a list. Somewhere in my files of the number of phrases and words that came from Shakespeare. I mean, things. Now, off the top of my head, I can't think of a single one, but it's things like. Oh God! I can't think of a thing, but phrases and
roll the dice. I think came from.
I mean, it's.
Well, all you have to do is just crank up AI and ask.
Well, in fact, Flounder, have you got a second? See, look up a couple of words, phrases, American words.
What phrases?
Phrases, Shakespeare's phrases that led to America's well-known phrases from Shakespeare.
From Shakespeare.
Yeah, phrases came from Shakespeare. There's a million of them, and they're the most common things you've ever heard. Like I don't know. I can't think of it.
Roll the dice. That
might well be
came from Shakespeare.
Break the ice.
Yep. Stuff like that, probably.
Wild goose chase.
I bet that's true. I think
in a pickle.
In a pickle? Do they have pickles in?
In a pickle came from the Tempest.
All right, here we go. Let's see here. We have seen better days.
Yeah.
Too much of a good thing. Neither rhyme nor reason.
Wow.
I have not slept one wink. Cruel to be kind.
Sending packing.
The clothes make the man.
Those are Shakespearean phrases.
Yeah.
Is that? I mean, that's really amazing.
Impressive.
And they hold today. I mean, they're common today's phrases from 200 years ago.
What's done is done.
Yeah.
Neither a borrower nor a lender be.
A lender be, yeah.
Hamlet, yeah.
Well, golly, Neil, I had no idea we were going to get this,
Well, I always
literary.
Catch you. Hey, listen, I can go into some of my other AI searches.
Whatever you want, whatever makes you happy. And by the way, and not to be a downer, but we'd probably be remiss if I didn't. In fact, you may not even know. Did you hear that Gary McKee died?
I did.
81 years old.
When I
and
first,
you knew him back in those.
I'm the same age.
Yeah, and I'm about to be almost.
But when I first got to Atlanta, I left doing radio at Texas A&M, and I wanted to do radio in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Lord knows I didn't want to practice aerospace engineering because there were no jobs anyway. So I went to Quixie, and I was interviewed by Gary McKee for a job.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah. And I was told that I needed to move to a real small market.
Yeah, well,
that's
what I said. Yeah, Atlanta's was a big market, even in the 70s. Rock and roll. Quixie, was rock and roll. I worked with Skinny Bobby Harper in the mornings. And, that was a rock and roll time back 50 years ago or more.
What was Laverne? Was Laverne the name of Gary McKee's female pretend?
Yeah. Oh God, I hadn't heard that in a while.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, and then
Red Neckerson was one of his characters.
Yeah, and then the guard. Who was the guard?
Oh,
Willis the guard.
I can't remember.
Yeah, Willis the guard.
Yeah, it was 1972 or something.
And I do remember Gary McKee hosting a New Year's Eve at a downtown hotel, and Don and I checked into the hotel. We're going to do the New Year's Eve party and all that, and it was Gary McKee gets in. The such and such band is from Georgia or Georgia Tech is going to march into the ballroom here in the shape of a womb,
and out comes the baby for the new year. Are you kidding me?
And the quartet is going to march out of the womb playing the Birth of the Blues.
Oh my God!
Wow,
I love it.
Why do I remember? Why?
Well, why not? How could you not remember that? Marching band out of a woman's womb. I don't know. I guess.
No, Kimmer, the shape of a woman's womb.
Of course. Well, what did I say? To me, a womb is a womb. I'm sorry. At this stage, like I'm even talking about one. I might not sleep tonight. I don't know. It's very possible.
You're going to be okay.
No, I'm not. I'm losing it. I tell them every day. I said, I'm losing it, and you're going to know it and see part of it. And then when the bad thing happens, the only question is how many people I'm taking with me, and then you can all go to the judge and say, God, Your Honor, he said he was going to do it. You can't hold him responsible. He warned everybody.
Now that their founders are going to push the button on me here any second now.
No, you do all you want. Stay till 6.
I want to know why since I am just across the plaza in the Omni Hotel right now, why I wasn't invited to come over there. And,
oh, my God, you're here now? What?
No.
No, you're not.
No.
Well, walk over here, silly rabbit.
I was going to come up there, but I couldn't find my bulletproof vest.
Well, I don't blame you. Luckily, I got a couple extra. I got a couple over here.
I love the battery. One of the things I really love the battery is that the whole thing was built on shoving it right up. City of Atlanta
baseball team. Really? Okay. How about this? How about we go north a little bit? Would you like that? How'd you like that? There you go.
I mean, that's the same thing.
You can come up and see us. Get in your car, drive right up there, be fine.
But I really love it, and I was distressed when we had. I read of this little takeover thing that happened a couple of weekends ago. But I know that the people who own and run and maintain the battery are qualified to make sure that stupid stuff doesn't happen again, like it is on the beach of Daytona right now.
Well, yeah. I mean, spring break's always been an issue, but it's getting worse, apparently.
I love it when the media refers to them as college students. How many of them do you think are college students?
Yeah, it's where the girls are, my friend.
It's a good thing they waited till Bike Week was over.
Daytona's monster. I was tempted to go on when I owned 3 Harleys at the time, but I was afraid one of them would get stolen. I mean, I seriously,
yeah. How do you ride 3 Harleys?
Well, no, I mean, I would only one of the 3, but either one. And I never made it to the one out, the big Western the Dakota
Sturgis.
Sturgis. Never made it to that one either.
We did in the bus.
Oh, well, that'd be cool if you had a bus where you could escape.
But when we were in a group ride, whenever we were riding, we'd get about 30, 40 bikes together. We'd go up and do the Tail of the Dragon, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice.
We always took the BMWs, the Beamers, and put them in the back of the line. But that's so we could pick up all the spare parts from the Harleys.
Yeah, but we're riding a Harley. I'd rather drop a couple of nuts and bolts than riding that freaking sewing machine. Oh, he switched it into second. Zing. Oh, he went into third. Zing. Oh, God. Oh, wow. Boy, that must be a really comfortable ride. I don't know, God.
I bet you're one of those loud pipes.
You're damn right I am. In fact, I tell you, Flounder says, ride your chopper to work. Ride your chopper to work. I couldn't ride that. I'd blow off every car alarm in the building.
I'm staying out of this one. I ride an Indian.
I always wanted Indians. The old Indian chief was, to me, was a great, with a big swooping front fender and everything. Yeah.
Well, at least I rode a Beamer. I wasn't riding a big Honda. You know.
Well,
that's true. Yeah. I'm not tall enough to ride a Beamer. I do like them, but I'm not tall enough.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
You know, for people that don't ride motorcycles, there's one little factoid about riding a motorcycle that people do not understand. You're cruising along.
Yeah.
Okay, you're at a decent cruise speed, and you want to turn right.
Mm-hmm.
To turn right, what do? You turn the handlebars to the left.
Mm-hmm.
And just slightly, but you push on the right grip to turn the handlebars slightly to the left in order to make a right turn. People say, what are you talking about?
The first time I heard one of our motorcycle instructors, I took the safety course years after I started riding. But anyway, and the guy would say, push down on the handlebar. And that's where you keep your arms loose and everything. And anyway, it's... I got hit already in my chopper a few months ago. I was stopped at a stoplight, and a lady came up behind me, and I was looking in the mirror mirror. I always do in case I had to scoot out. And all of a sudden, she just bumped into my rear tire. Hit my tire.
How did I manage to ride for so many years and never get bumped?
Yeah,
maybe it's because I was a coward.
Yeah, I've been bumped a couple times.
My own riding buddy hit me in the back and knocked me out into an intersection.
Oh, God. Well, that's not good.
Nice. and I think I only took off maybe 2 side view mirrors in my whole.
Well, it's an experience.
Okay.
Oh my God, is that the music? We need to have it stay till 6. You
want to stay longer, Neil?
No.
Okay.
One more question.
Yes.
AI dream girl going to be what? Kimmer, blonde, brunette, redhead?
Brunette. It's going to be like that Chandley Painter, or whatever her name is, or Kathy Ireland. And I'm in.
I'm with you, brunette. Anybody else want to weigh in?
Brunette.
Okay.
Brunette. All right. Neil Boortz, always a pleasure. Hi to the missus, hugs and kisses to your sweet lady, and be careful out there. Come see us one of these days.
Okay. My
Neil
game
Boortz.
Yesterday sucked, by the way.
Well, keep trying. Keep trying. It's all good. You'll get it. Neil Boortz, the man right here.
Georgia Tech football season tickets are now on sale. Secure your seat in Bobby Dodd Stadium at Hyundai Field to watch head coach Brent Key and the Yellow Jackets take the field in key matchups versus Colorado, Tennessee, and ACC foes. Has a man wide open over the middle, catches the 15, and cruising in for the touchdown. 52 yards, and they made it look easy. Visit RamblingWreck.com/tickets to get your tickets today. Sting 'em.
Attention Atlanta, it's the biggest truckload safe sale of the year at Safe Market and Liberty Safes of Atlanta. And it's happening for 3 days only. We're slashing prices by up to 40% on top quality American-made safes, home safes, gun safes, commercial safes. With 3 showrooms, there's never been a better time to buy. But hurry, when the truck's empty, the deals are gone. Shop online or come into one of our 3 stores for even bigger savings. March 26th through March 28th only. Call 770-242-0055 or visit thesafemarket.com.
There's never been a better time to fall in love with Subaru. Now through March 31st, get award-winning vehicles and exceptional offers from a brand you trust during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Subaru of Gwinnett. Explore the full lineup of hybrid, electric, gas, and wilderness vehicles, including the 2026 Subaru Forester and the all-new 2026 Subaru Outback. Every Subaru is made with love and built to last, with dependability and value coming standard. Whether you're looking to match your adventurous spirit with the 2026 Subaru Outback or land on the reliability of the 2026 Subaru Forester, Subaru of Gwinnett has the perfect fit for your family. You'll love exploring in the 2026 Subaru Crosstrek. And the 2026 Subaru Legacy is what happens when we put the best of Subaru into a sedan. Plus, every Subaru model comes equipped with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. There's a lot to discover and a lot to love at Subaru of Gwinnett. Come in for a test drive on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth or start shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
This is Jonathan Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers, where we're bringing you the biggest diamond engagement and wedding event of the year. Our spring bridal event is back. For one weekend only, take advantage of exclusive savings, extensive designer lines, and an incredible event-only diamond selection. Plus, get event-only savings of up to $3,000 or 0% APR financing for 3 years at D. Geller & Son's spring bridal event. It's this weekend, Friday through Sunday, in both showrooms, Kennesaw and Sandy Springs. Save even more when you RSVP online at dgeller.com.
Hey Atlanta, what if you could drive a stylish new SUV from a luxury brand for less than $26,000?
You can at Jim Ellis Buick GMC, introducing the 2026 Buick Envista, a sporty head-turning SUV with a premium look and quiet, refined ride Buick is known for.
And right now, you can save $1,000 off MSRP on new Buick Envista models at Jim Ellis Buick GMC.
That means you could drive a brand new SUV with modern technology, advanced safety features, and a sleek coupe-inspired design for less than $26,000.
The Buick Envista, the SUV that delivers style, technology, and value all in one. Shop online at JimEllisBuickGMC.com
or visit Jim Ellis Buick GMC on Peachtree Industrial inside the perimeter or off Highway 20 in Buford. Jim Ellis Buick GMC, we are professional grade.
Offer applies to 2026 Buick Envista models, example stock BV188, MSRP $26,490. After the $1,000 Jim Ellis discount, sale price is $25,490. Offer excludes TABT and state fees. Offer expires 3/31/26.
Hello.
Hey, is this Mike Fitzgerald?
No, I think you have the wrong number. Wish I could help you.
Well, you could if you were Mike Fitzgerald.
Who is Mike Fitzgerald?
Mike Fitzgerald is the only realtor I'll talk to because he can sell my house fast for a great price and even in this market.
Yeah, I'm definitely not Mike Fitzgerald.
Oh, I figured that out. Because Mike Fitzgerald would have sold my house already.
Selling your home? You need Mike Fitzgerald from the Harry Norman Realtors team. Visit brokermike.com or call 678-780-HOME.
The Georgia Swarm are celebrating the best sports fans in the South. Join us for Fan Appreciation Night on Friday, March 20th at Gas South Arena in Duluth. Be there for giveaways and a post-game autograph session on the field. It's all presented by Coastal States Bank. Swarm fans, you guys make the Hive buzz. And we want to thank you so much. Get your professional lacrosse tickets today at georgiaswarm.com for Friday, March 20th at 7:30 p.m. Gas South Arena. That's georgiaswarm.com.
Time now for the Retire Wise Report. James Parker here with financial advisor Sean Maloney, founder and CEO of Retire Wise. Many people assume their taxes will automatically go down once they retire and stop collecting paychecks. Sean, is this a dangerous assumption?
It can be because, you know what, lower taxes in retirement can be a myth. It's not always true, right? Remember, up to 85% of your Social Security benefits could be taxed, right? Your traditional IRA and 401k income is 100% taxable, so that needs to be accounted for. And that's why it's so important to find ways to reduce or eliminate your taxes wherever possible.
Tell us about the offer you have for our listeners.
Hey, look, now is the time to start looking ahead and identifying your tax liabilities in retirement. Well, we have a great resource for you guys. We have what's called the Retire Happy Framework Toolkit. You can get a copy today by calling or texting the word WISE to 770-802-2200. My team helped put together this just for you, and it's a complimentary guide. And the center of this is a copy of my latest book, The Priority of Retirement. It has chapters on everything from Social Security to investments to income planning. We include guides in there as well as on strategies for income planning, for taxes, and even dealing with recessions in retirement, among other things. So if you want to get this information in your hands today, call or text the word WISE to 770-802-2200. That's 770-802-2200.
Take advantage of this offer. Get your Retire Happy Framework today. Just text WISE to 770-802-2200. And the team at Retire Wise will get you your Retire Happy Framework right away. So just call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. Investment advisory services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Firm does not provide tax services.
Here we go now. We're making up for the one we missed earlier, right? Here we go. Gloria. I always liked her singing. I thought she was kind of a happy chick. Gloria Estefan. On this day, 1990, had a rather serious problem when her tour bus was rammed by a tractor trailer on the way to a concert in 1990. Emilio Esteban and their son Naib were injured, and Gloria Esteban suffered a very serious back injury. She had to have an operation 2 days later, and it messed her up pretty good, but she made a comeback. And I think she's still doing all right.
Yeah.
Gloria Esteban. Let's see. Kimmer Pete's off. Flounders here, and Victor joining us here for the afternoon after double dipping with doing the morning show for the boys this morning. And speaking of Kathy Ireland is 63 years old today. She was my favorite of all the girls, the Sports Swim Illustrated beach girl. Kathy Ireland to me was the number one about all of them. And if I get my own robot before I die, if I get a robot.
It's going to be Kathy Ireland.
Kathy Ireland, maybe Ana de Armas would fit.
Okay,
I mean, there's it's a lot to choose from. Anyway, and on this day in history, a little history note here: Martha M. Place had a bad day. Martha had attacked her stepdaughter, who was 17 years old, attacked her stepdaughter with an axe, threw acid in the stepdaughter's face, and then strangled her to death. Martha pleaded not guilty, but with her husband as a witness, she was convicted of the murder. Martha Place was struck in the head by a sleigh at the age of 23, as in a sleigh, jingle barrel horses carrying a sleigh. Her brother said that the accident left her mentally unstable. Although Place was the first woman to be put into the electric chair, she was the third sentenced to die by electric chair, the first two being a serial killer, Lizzie Halliday, in 1894, was commuted, sent to an asylum, and Maria Barbella was sentenced in 1895 and acquitted the next year, but the first woman to die in the electric chair was Martha Place for killing her stepdaughter. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Old Sparky?
Old Sparky.
Oh, man. I can't imagine what would be worse. Old Sparky and the shock of, I assume the jolt pretty much knocks out your, who knows. Yeah. Or the gas chamber when you can smell what's about to happen. Anyway. Wow. 439, how's it going? Here's our number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And I mentioned, Victor, that my family had been on a trip. I think they're ending today or tomorrow. They're coming back. But they have a friend of my Colorado family. They had a friend in Mexico at a famous resort area. And he lives in a gated community and said, take my place. We're going to be gone for a week if you want. So they flew down there and just stayed at his place. And the first thing I was concerned about was obviously security, because you never know. And I earlier became missing. I've loved Mexico for years and years and years. Literally, and I miss it. I just some of the most powerful moments on vacation stuff I remember were because of history. Well, now guess what's going to happen? Iran is making a threat now to start targeting tourism sites for Americans around the world. Iran threatens to blow up tourist sites as spring break kicks off across the United States. Their Iranian spokesman blasted out the chilling warning, disavowing the popular tourism havens were no longer safe from Tehran's enemies. Based on the information we have about you, even parks, recreational areas, and tourist destinations anywhere in the world will no longer be safe for you, Americans, the Iranian said. He stopped short of naming specific vacation destinations that could be in the Iranian line of fire. Threats come as spring breakers descend across the country, and fears that Tehran could revert to using military attacks beyond the Middle East as a pressure tactic. Department of Homeland Security and FBI are indicating high alerts after the strikes on Iran started the kick war about 3 weeks ago now. And the warning came after U.S. officials say 3 more warships and 2,500 more Marines are going to the Middle East. No decision made to send troops into Iran itself, but, man, I want to go. I want to. And again, I don't have any skills. I can't do anything at my age, but I want to do it. I just, honestly, and I know a lot of guys like me too, and the reason is, from my, Vietnam, talk about not coming home to a celebration of any kind, man, I'm really fired up for this stuff, and frankly, I think we're doing the right thing, and these freaking Democrats hope we lose. I don't think there's any question about it.
It's awful.
Did you see the video of the guy, a journalist named Steve Sweeney and his cameraman working for Russian TV, and they were in war-torn Lebanon, and there's video, I saw it, I Googled it this morning. They're doing their report, and all of a sudden the reporter looks up and says, oh, blanking blank, and sees a missile coming, and the bomb exploded right behind him. You can see the powerful burst in the sand right behind him, smoke and debris covering all the place, and he starts screaming out loud. And then apparently this reporter claimed that the Israeli military conducting their aerial campaigns against Hezbollah in Lebanon fired at the reporter's position on purpose. He said Israel deliberately attacked his crew, who were wearing clearly signaling attire as members of the media. Well, the Israeli Defense Force said, we told you people to stay out of there. They said, we issued a warning for you civilians to keep out of that area where the crossing is because we're going to do a bombardment campaign. They warned him. He said, the footage released, the journalist seen in the crossing, the explicit warning had been issued regarding that crossing. The Israelis said the crossing was struck after sufficient time had passed since the warnings. It was targeted again. The IDF does not target civilians, obviously, but they warned him, don't go there. And the guy went there anyway to do his report, and so they said, blow it. They started blowing it up anyway. Man. Well,
hey, if the reporter's going to be that dumb.
Well, I don't know that they actually, I doubt very seriously somebody in a drone control or an F-15 said, oh, there's that reporter down there. Let's go send one 20 feet from him or so. I mean, that's, silly. But
we know Israel wouldn't do that. But you know who would do it? Iran.
Yeah. No question about it. By the way, Democrats still will not vote to fund the people who work at the airports. Hell, we just had 190 Democrats voted against deporting illegals who hurt police dogs. They tried to pass, called the Bow Wow bill. The House passed the bill, but 190 Democrats said no. The bill would make foreign nationals and non-citizens inadmissible to America and subject to being deported if they kill or hurt a police dog on his role as a police officer. A police dog's a police officer. So the bill said if you harm a police officer in the form of a four-legged dog, we're going to kick you out of the country after you get out of jail. And the Democrats said, no, we don't want to do that.
Unbelievable.
I mean, how can
what
you
is wrong with these people?
Every Friday, Susan on the horn.
Every Friday, Susan. Hey, baby, how's it going? How are you?
Happy Friday. So you know how you know that journalist is BSing is because when Israel would fire on Gaza, they would give them, 24-hour warning?
Yeah, yeah.
Right? At least for the so-called Palestinians, which Palestine doesn't exist, but give them a warning. So you mean to tell me that those people didn't know that was going to happen?
They knew, yeah.
I mean,
they
you understand what I'm saying? Like literally, they when it was with Gaza, I'm like, stop giving them warning, just bomb the hell out of them. We had no idea it was going to be bombed, really, because Israel has already set the precedent of not telling people when they're going to bomb them.
Yeah,
I like them.
Oh my God, Trump said to the Japanese Prime Minister about the Pearl Harbor.
Do you believe that?
I mean, it was funny because at first she's just kind of looking down. She's serious. She's listening. And all of a sudden, when he said the attack on Pearl Harbor, I wish you would have called me. The look on her face was right. I mean, she was like a cartoon character.
I know.
Her eyes got really big, and her face got contorted. But anyway, all good.
I think she wanted to laugh.
Well, the other thing is,
I agree with you. Yeah. I agree.
I'm not sure she actually understands English, and I don't know whether there was an interpreter in an earpiece at the time. I don't know whether she actually knew what he said until later.
Wouldn't you love?
But she loves Donald Trump. She talked about how handsome his son Barron is, 20 years old today, and came from Don.
The hug when she got out of the car and all that.
You know what?
I'm with you.
Susan,
it's almost like she didn't understand because she was just listening. And then when he made the joke about you should have called me, is when she kind of cocked her head and looked up. And I guess it was in her earpiece, and that she didn't know how to respond.
The other thing that really got me, Susan, is that here's what she said. I would like to start off extending my important anniversaries. And she said, Donald, tomorrow's the birthday of your son. And then she said, so Donald, I ask you, she just calls him Donald, I mean, instead of Mr. Donald. President or anything. Hey, Donald, how cool is that?
That's like our president. He doesn't, bow to the, bin Salman in Saudi Arabia. He daps him. pat them on the back and bash them.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, bro, hey, bro, hey, bro.
I love it. Have a great weekend. And hi to Kelly. Have a great. Hi, Kelly. Is that her in the background? All right, you guys. 440. Awesome. Love that girl. I finally got a chance to meet her and Kelly at one of our goodbye parties here a few years ago, where in fact a cop was a buddy. Oh my God! At that party, a police officer who did the traffic was a young boy who I had on my basketball team. I coached for the YMCA in 1995 or something. Wow. And this is 20 years later, and he's a cop directing traffic, and I was driving a 302 Celine stick-speed stick shift. And he said, go ahead. So I floored, I screeched, I left rubber swinging back and forth out of the parking lot. Oh, man. All right, 447. Victor's here. Kimmer, Pete's off, Flounder on the board, and everything's going to be fine. Let her rip Friday. How you doing?
Stream Atlanta's only conservative voice anywhere you go with the Extra 106.3 app. Now equipped with Apple CarPlay. That means you'll always have Extra's crystal clear HD stream right on your dashboard no matter where you are. Download the all-new Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
Truist Park is waiting for you, Braves country. Baseball is back, and so are your Atlanta Braves. The opening homestand of the 2026 season begins March 27th through the 29th as the Kansas City Royals come to town for opening weekend. The homestand begins with 2 gate giveaways, a magnetic schedule powered by Georgia Power, plus a rally towel presented by Racetrack to bring the energy to the home opener atmosphere on Friday, March 27th. Then on Sunday, March 29th, it's the first Kids Club giveaway of the year. The first 3,000 kids through the gates will receive a Ronald Acuna Jr. chenille cap, and families can enjoy exciting pregame activities inside Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Park. The excitement continues March 30th through April 1st as the Athletics visit Truist Park, and tickets start at just $10. Plus, fans can score a Drake Baldwin NL Rookie of the Year bobblehead on March 31st, presented by Coca-Cola. Get your tickets now at Braves.com/promos. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves country.
Shop in the new 2026 Toyota Camry? Psst, come here. Make your move right now during Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event now through March 31st. At Marietta Toyota, every new Toyota includes our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty. That's unlimited time and unlimited mileage for as long as you own your Toyota. And you can buy with confidence. Marietta Toyota is a BBB A+ rated business with a 4.6-star Google rating and over 11,000 reviews. Right now, we've got strong Camry inventory, so you can choose the trim and color you actually want. Special APR is available as well on new 2026 Camrys, 4.99% APR for 72 months for well-qualified buyers. Visit us on Cop Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium, Marietta Toyota. Since 1975, we've been here and we'll be here for you.
4.99% APR for 72 months with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. Not all buyers will qualify. Offer ends 3/31/26. Lifetime powertrain warranty included with every new Toyota purchase. See dealer for details.
Thousands of veterans across Georgia are missing out on the benefits they've earned through their service. The Warrior Alliance is changing that by connecting veterans and their families to life-changing resources and support. Tune into the Warrior Alliance Network, our podcast and radio show dedicated to helping veterans succeed after service. Join us every Saturday at 11 a.m. on 106.3 to hear inspiring veteran stories, discover free programs, and to learn about career opportunities available to you. Subscribe to the Warrior Alliance YouTube channel today.
Oh no, what is that sound?
It's our rejection detection system. It's showing that several men across Georgia are being denied intimacy by their partners due to ED.
How can this be?
Well, it's more common than you think. As men age, their bodies change. And unfortunately, once they get over 50, some things don't work like they used to.
So what do we do?
There's only one thing to do. We need to get them to Dr. Eric Deal at Total Body Therapy of Georgia. He can fix ED problems.
But how?
At Total Body Therapy of Georgia, they are experts in the P-shot, testosterone replacement, regenerative therapy, and Trimex to create an erection and more.
Hi, this is Dr. Eric Deal from Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Did you know that 50% of men over 50 struggle with some form of ED? Guys, it won't get better on its own. When it's not hard, it's really hard. But I can help you today. Call us at Total Body Therapy of Georgia at 404-777-1911 or learn more about us online at tbtofga.com.
Heads up, Atlanta. Spring is coming and your house needs some work. You've got those sticky doors, maybe some wood rot.
That deck board that seems just fine? That screen you've been meaning to replace since last year? Give us a call at the Trusted Toolbox and get ahead of it. With our handyman for a day service, you make the list and we knock it out. Schedule your appointment today at thetrustedtoolbox.com or call 770-623-3097. That's 770-623-3097. One call, one handyman, one day, the Trusted Toolbox.
I'm Michelle Stovall, and our company has been family owned and operated for 75 years. Check us out at StovallINC.com. Or better yet, stop by our newly opened 11th store at 9500 Union Hill Road in Canton. At Stovall, we supply you with all your landscaping project needs, completely hassle-free down to delivery. Been dreaming of an outdoor kitchen, fireplace, or other custom paver project? We partner with Keystone Hardscapes for all your beautiful high-end concrete needs. We look forward to making your landscape dreams come true. Stovall has it all.
Attention Atlanta, it's the biggest truckload safe sale of the year at Safe Market and Liberty Safes of Atlanta. And it's happening for 3 days only. We're slashing prices by up to 40% on top quality American-made safes. Home safes, gun safes, commercial safes. With 3 showrooms, there's never been a better time to buy. But hurry, when the truck's empty, the deals are gone. Shop online or come into one of our 3 stores for even bigger savings. March 26th through March 28th only. Call 770-242-0055 or visit thesafemarket.com.
That's right, baby. One of the great rock and roll band names of all time. The Blackhearts. Gotta love it. In fact, wasn't our little friend Kara had a little thing for Joan Jett.
And Joan Jett had a little thing for her at that concert.
Yeah, well, that's what we're talking. We'll get to that in a second. First, for the record, 1982. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, 7 weeks, #1. I love rock and roll. Look out. Here we go. Turn it up. There we go. Say it. Hit it. In the jukebox, another dime in the jukebox, baby. You remember? Are you old enough to remember when they had little teeny jukeboxes at your diner seat?
I remember
diners?
going to a place that was retrofitted for that.
Yeah, you had your own personal
jukebox. Yes,
you flip those little pages, see which you wanted to play. Like it wouldn't interfere with some guy sitting next to you. You know?
Right. And I also remember Joan Jett was in The Runaways.
I don't think I ever saw that.
I think the band. It was the band before.
Oh, the band. I thought you were talking about a movie. I have no idea.
Something like that.
Anyway, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts started 7 weeks, #1. I Love Rock and Roll, #4 in Britain. The song was a B-side by the British 70s band The Arrows. Joan Jett had seen the Arrows perform the song on TV when she was touring in America. And again, our little friend Kara just had she went to a Joan Jett concert. And she said, Flounder, do I recall? They were kind of like eyeballing
because I remember
each
Kara
other.
got front row tickets with her friend through work, and I remember
they couldn't take their eyes off each other.
She said that her and Kara kind of locked eyes, or Kara said her and Joan Jett locked eyes a couple times.
Oh, that's great.
Okie dokie. You know? Well, I used to do a shift at girlkiss.com, so I kind of have a personal kind of a thing. Hey, well, hold on a minute. We got phone calls. Take priority. Hey, it's Ruby taking your love to town. Hey, baby, how's it going?
Great song.
Pretty well. These are some actual newspaper headlines collected by actual journalists.
All right, excellent.
And you have to visualize the words because you're hearing them, you're not seeing them as I am.
We'll look for them in our eyes.
It depends which syllable you stress that you get. They're 2 different meanings.
All right.
Okay, the first one, something went wrong in jet crash, expert says. Now, I could have told them that. Some of them are funnier than others. Police begin campaign to run down jaywalkers. They could have a contest to see which policeman could run down the most.
That's great.
Safety experts say school bus passengers should be belted. Drunk gets 9 months in violin case. Must have been cramped in there, don't you think?
I hope he was a short guy.
Survivor of Siamese twins joins parents.
Oh my.
Caused it.
Wow. Good grief.
Farmer Bill dies in house. think he would have preferred to die in his garden.
Oh, be darned. Ruby, I appreciate it.
Farmer bill. If you said farmer bill dies in house, then it's some law, some legislation.
I love it. Ruby, we got to go. Have a great weekend. Always a pleasure. Flounder, one more funny here for 5 o'clock. There you go.
Now, my wife and I, opposites attract. It's amazing. She's intuitive and spontaneous. I'm logical and structured. And it comes with financially, it's the same way. Almost every couple, one person's a saver, one person's a spender. In our relationship, I'm the saver and my wife is the spender, and we're both very good at what we do. So we recently got, like a distant relative died and left us $6,000 out of the blue. So we each budgeted it, and I said to my wife, here's how I'd like to spend it. I'm a guy, but I want to spend. So I want to get a QLED TV, an 85-inch big TV, right? And that's $47.99, and then I want to save the rest, $1,201. That was my plan. And she looked at this, and amazing to me, she goes, that's all you're going to save? And I'm like, well, what do you mean? She goes, I got a much better plan than that. I got excited. I'm like, we're going to save more? Tell me more. She goes, well, first of all, forget about your TV for now. What we really need is a new couch, a new coffee table, and a new rug. Because the other ones are almost 5 years old. They're out of style. I'm like, ah! She goes, I can get the couch for $2,900. I get the coffee table for $9,900, and the rug for $19.99. And I quickly added it in my head, and I said, well, that's $59.97. I added it in my head, and that's only $3 in savings. She goes, what are you talking about? It's way more savings than that. I said, how do you figure? She goes, well, first of all, that's the sale price. The actual price of the couch was $44.99. I saved $1,500. The coffee table, that was $16.99. I saved another $700 there. The rug I got for, look at $2,000 off of the rug for a total savings of $4,200. Wait, she went on. I'm now going to take that $4,200 that I just saved, buy that television, which I found on sale, saving another $800 for a total savings of $5,000. I'm like, honey, you are so hot right now. How did you do that? One thing she's upset with me is I won't go shopping with her anymore. I can't. I'm older. I can't keep up. I get cramps. I get weak. And she goes, well, you just don't want to hang out with me. I said, no, I don't shop like you. She goes, what are you talking about? I go, when I shop, I don't shop the same way. She goes, well, how do you shop? I said, I'll show you. I got a GPS tracking device. Here's how I shop. And then I tracked her. So I need a pair of pants. Here's how I shop. Here's how Don shops. I walk in the mall, take a left, take a right, buy some pants, take a left, take a right, and go home. That takes me 6 minutes and costs me $33. I am done shopping for 2020. I got my cargo pants. I'm ready to go. Same thing. Laura needs to go shopping. She needs a pair of pants. Here's how Laura does it. She walks in the mall. There she is right there. 3 hours, 26 minutes, $876. So my wife saw me do this bit. She goes, you're not asking yourself the right question, mister. Ask yourself who's the more efficient shopper, Mr. Smarty Cargo Pants. Let's do the analysis. You, Don, you spent $33 in 6 minutes. That's a cost per minute of $5.50 per minute. I, Laura, spent $876 in 206 minutes. That's $425. I kicked your butt.
Who's that there, Flounder?
That is Mr. Don McMillan.
Outstanding. Well, we got 5 o'clock coming up. We got Holy Crap, somebody will be doing sports and tweets, and we got it all here on 106.3. Happy Friday. Look out. Here we go. Stand by.
The Morning Extra. Every weekday morning from 6 to 10 on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta on Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
It's tied for the second longest government shutdown. I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News. Senate Democrats blocked funding again today for the Homeland Security as the partial government shutdown pushes through day 35.
5 weeks now into this shutdown of DHS, and there is little to no optimism here on the Hill that this is going to get fixed anytime soon.
Fox's Bill Malugin on Capitol Hill. Democrats refuse to fund DHS without reforms to ICE and Customs and Border Protection for immigration operations. Instead, they have offered to fund TSA, the Coast Guard, and FEMA separately so that they can get paid, but Republicans refuse. The UK gave the U.S. permission today to use its base to launch strikes against Iranian sites targeting the Strait of Hormuz. That decision comes after President Trump called NATO cowards for not helping secure the strait, and the U.S. is launching strikes today along Iran's southern coast.
The Pentagon says A-10 Warthogs are now engaging targets along Iran's southern coastline in an attempt to open up the Strait of Hormuz.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson in Dubai, and this as the Pentagon deploys more warships and Marines to the Middle East.
In San Diego, the USS Boxer setting sail with the 11th Marine Expeditionary Unit, the pride of the Pacific, bringing more than 2,000 Marines to the Middle East. It will take about a month to arrive.
Iran's special Supreme Leader also issued a statement today. Fox's Mike Tobin from Tel Aviv.
While Israel is actively hunting what remains of the leadership in Iran, the new Supreme Leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, has not been seen. But suddenly today, there was a statement read reportedly by him on Iranian state TV that counters what Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said, that Iran can no longer manufacture missiles or enrich uranium. Messages today said Iran can indeed make missiles.
And stocks tumbled with the conflict continuing. The Dow lost 444 points. The S&P 500, 100 points.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-809-7171. That's 800-809-7171.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of leg, ready on your dog target. Road guards out. Look out. It's only me. It's only the giver. Pete Davis is off. Flounders here, the mechanical mangler. And Victor.
Yes.
It's Victor. Do we have the Tarzan call for once again for Victor just signing in as always. We'll find again in the oh boy. I feel like I should be throwing a spear or something into it.
Or swinging from a branch?
Something. I don't.
This is going to be in your head when you go home.
This is Victor's and your father's family traditional cheer and soccer games and sporting events.
This is all my dad's fault. It really is.
Now, did you say you were a martial artist?
Yes.
Your father started that?
No, my father actually he boxed when he was younger.
So he just liked to beat you up as a child.
He just liked to beat us up as a child.
Knock you around a little bit, toughen you up a little.
We were well behaved.
Yes, I'll bet you were.
Let me tell you.
Excellent. I'll say. Well, in fact, speaking of self-defense or various kinds of
martial arts.
Martial arts. God, right. The words won't come out. We mentioned Chuck Norris died. We mentioned yesterday he hurt himself. I don't know what it was, but obviously it was medical emergency of some kind, whether it was a stroke or heart attack or whatever, hard breathing. We don't know. But anyway, he did die, as it turned out. He was 86 years old, Chuck Norris. And I got to mention, this is really amazing. He was the top-ranked black belt ranking of 5 different disciplines. I mean, I don't know how the time he must have spent.
And that's true because each style is so different, and to become a master of it, woo, man. I did a little thing with a guy when I was retired down in Florida of a police officer who was a King Dragon top-ranked guy and did some training, took a little stuff with him for Indonesian Silat, which is a total different. Yes.
It's not an attacky breaking board things at all. It's almost. There's various things for where you're moving and the motion gets rid of the attacker behind you. I mean, it's really. I'm no thing of it. But I mean, just it's a whole. There's so many ways of doing things. And Chuck Norris, he must have been able to kill anybody at any time within a second and a half. I mean, it's just
I think he could.
Astounding. Yeah. And Glenn Beck, I heard him talking about, was a good friend of his, and Glenn Beck said that the story behind all the funny jokes of Chuck Norris, Chuck Norris isn't afraid of the dark's afraid of Chuck Norris. Right. The boogeyman looks under his bed for Chuck Norris. Norris. A million of them. And he said his wife, Chuck Norris's wife, was very upset by all those things many years ago, and she wanted it stopped, and she demanded that she was going to call people, and their son said, no, he's famous. People love him. He's even more famous than ever, and it really jump-started the rest of his career.
Sure
he didn't start getting it. In fact, he opened he joined the military. Was it the Air Force? Air Force, and went to Korea, and he learned martial arts there, opened up his own training studio later, and the people who went to the training studio of Chuck Norris included Steve McQueen and Priscilla Presley and Bob Barker. And Steve McQueen talked Chuck Norris into going into the movies in his mid-30s.
Wow.
And Chuck Norris said, I didn't know anything about acting. I didn't know anything about that. But and obviously, boom. So
look what happened.
Yeah.
He was in a movie with Bruce Lee.
Yeah, that's the other thing. And I mean, what a... wow.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, pretty good. Kimber, Pete, and Victor. Pete's off, and Victor's here, and Flounder's in the thing, and we will do some sports of some kind later on. Are you a sports? I know you're a soccer guy.
I'm a soccer guy for sure. I'm too short for basketball, so I don't pay attention to that until, like you, when it gets down to the Final Four. So I pay attention.
The Sweet 16.
I do like baseball, and I've recently gotten into American football with the NFL.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I like watching. Well,
I can't. I have Red Zone on my cable.
Oh, right.
So Red Zone is just scores. I mean, it's every score, and you see the highlights of all the games, which is for me. I don't think I could watch on TV and watch a football game and I definitely will not watch a football game at the beginning when they do the Pledge of Allegiance, thing, because they're jumping around and they're saying stuff and they're fidgeting and stuff. It'd be nice to have somebody put your freaking hand over your heart and take your freaking hat off and stand there quietly or sing.
Yeah,
I mean, it just and again, I'm an old fart. I don't count in any demographics. Nobody gives a damn about guys like me. But I'm offended by it. I don't like it. I'm offended by it.
I don't blame you. I agree.
Yeah, Flounder, you got a little something there?
Yeah, Helen's on the horn. She has some Chuck Norris stories.
Hey,
Helen, Chuck Norris, welcome aboard, Helen. How's it going?
It's fine. I was so sad to hear he roundhouse kicked the bucket today.
Roundhouse kicked the bucket. Look at you, Helen.
I'm ready for you today.
All right, baby. I dare you. I'll have you home by Wednesday.
Well, he joins the great pantheon of tall tale American heroes like Mike Finn, the Riverboat Man, Paul Bunyan.
Yeah.
He is mythological. And, as I said, death didn't take him. Yeah. He did ask politely. And they didn't open the pearly gates for him. He just lifted up the wall and walked in. And when he got there, the assembled angel host was standing there, armored with their flaming swords. And Chuck Norris's first words were, "Be not afraid."
It's supposed to be the other way around.
It's Chuck Norris, dude.
I know.
That's great.
God needed a bodyguard, okay?
Well, he got
needed
one.
A bodyguard. Yeah.
God needed a bodyguard. There you go. Then, were you a fan of his work? And he was a Texas Ranger on TV.
Walker, Texas Ranger.
I knew of it. I don't think I ever actually saw the show. I'm ashamed to say. I don't know why.
I love that show.
Seen a lot of pictures of him. I never actually watched the show. I was out of the country for a great deal of time while his career was going. And, Chuck Norris in German is just not the same.
I bet.
I can imagine.
Yeah. But I admired him. I admired his later life as well. He seems like nobody tells a bad story about him.
Well, in fact, I remember, as you said that, I just remembered another story Glenn Beck told, and that was that, I'm trying to get this right. Glenn Beck said today that he has or had a son who had difficulties. He didn't really say what they were, but he said my son's very troubled, had very, very serious problems and difficulties. And Chuck Norris was at his house one day. It was a party or whatever, having a thing. And anyway, Chuck Norris met his son and was talking with him. He was staying overnight. And Glenn Beck said, if I remember correctly, Glenn Beck said when he got up in the morning, he got out of his bedroom and he saw Chuck Norris with his son and talking with him or doing something. And then Chuck Norris said to Glenn Beck, I'm going to send somebody to your house to take care of your son for you.
Wow.
And just made it happen. That's awesome. Whatever it was. And apparently Chuck Norris also started a number of helping boys centers where it's called the Kickstart or something like that, where speaking of kicking, and it was for children with no fathers.
Yeah.
And Chuck Norris did that on his own. Incredible story.
He was a good example of American masculinity.
Yeah.
And as an example of American femininity, I appreciate that. And
where are you? Where are you, girl? Helen, I think we've lost a generation of women. Women now do not respect masculinity. They're freaking upset by it and angered by it, and they're unhappy and miserable and unsatisfied. And I mean, it's just I don't know what's going on with them. We lost a generation of women.
For yourself, Bunky, I'm doing well.
Right on, Helen.
All right, baby. You have a great weekend.
Okay, now, I'm from Atlanta. I'm too young to be a boomer, and so yeah.
Well, I'm older than everybody, so yeah.
I did grow up listening to you, son.
Well, there you go. Aren't you sweet?
That's awesome.
It's nice to talk to you live, and I'll be bugging you again.
Yeah,
you
please.
Don't get rid of weeds that easily.
Never. My Kimmer babes are way too important for me. So,
okay.
Thanks, Helen.
You take care of your horrible self. I'll let you get back to entertaining
Thank
people.
you, Don. You were helping all the way there.
That's
Thank you,
right.
Helen. What a sweet. Kimmer babes, they're the best.
They're the best.
I mean, honestly, they're, and again, she said to me, she's, a Southern lady and something, she appreciates masculinity again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what the hell?
What's going on with the young women today?
How could that be? How could that be offensive in some way?
And they're being told, you don't want kids. You don't want.
Yeah, the trad wife is now suddenly is offensive. I don't know. 5:13. We'll do some kind of sports thing coming up here. And Pete Sider's out gallivanting and on the beaches or something. Kimmer Pete and Victor's here and Flounder and the whole thing. Look out.
If Minnesota has shown us anything, it's that the left will side with rioters over America. The real immigration crisis is inside blue cities, whose years of soft-on-crime, open border policies are now colliding with public safety. Atlanta's conservative news and talk station won't be swayed by headwinds of left-wing media. We'll always give you the facts from the most trusted voices in the country. Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
So let me get this straight. I feel like, of course, it is, officially spring. It's a beautiful time of the year. Stovall & Company's got your wholesale landscaping supply stuff, too, by the way. Third-generation family, Paul and the boys. And it's a family business. When you call and say, man, I need this right now, how about direct job site delivery for hassle-free job stuff? And they've got the plants and trees and shrubs and flowers and, seed and things, and sprinkler systems. And also putting in a fireplace or a kitchen maybe by the pool outside. They can take care of stuff like that too. And again, I love to tell you this is true. If you have something special and they don't have it there, they'll tell you where else to get it. StovallInc.com.
Did you know that there are over 34,000 lawyers in the state of Georgia? Yet despite that huge number, Bruce Hagen was recently named by his peers as one of the top 100 lawyers in the state. Do you know who is not among the top 100 lawyers in the state? Some clown standing on top of an 18-wheeler. Those kind of lawyers may make flashy ads, but they're just marketers, not real lawyers. If you've been injured in a car wreck, you need Bruce Hagen, a real lawyer who tries cases and wins. Call Bruce Hagen. He's the real deal for your injury case. Hagen-law.com.
It's tax refund season here in Georgia, and a lot of folks are deciding how to spend it. Let me suggest something practical, something you use every day, your air conditioning system. With an earlier and warmer projected spring, your air conditioner is about to start working real hard. If your system is older and inefficient, this might be a smart time to upgrade to a high-efficiency Carrier system to save on your utilities. When you combine proven Carrier technology with an experienced team like at Central Heating and Air Conditioning, you're investing in long-term comfort and efficiency. Right now, you can save up to $1,700 in rebates, plus 60 months 0% financing on qualified systems, making a new system more affordable than you might think. Before that refund disappears on something temporary, invest in comfort that lasts for years. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com today. Central Heating and Air Conditioning, delivering Carrier comfort for the world we share.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Hey, this is Lowe's with Terry from Alpharetta, who just purchased a new car with the Honest Car Guy, the new, fully transparent, honest way to buy your next vehicle. Terry, tell us about your experience.
I have a son serving in the military. He's active duty with limited time to look for a car. My son was looking for a used Hyundai Veloster, and I had heard about the Honest Car Guy on the radio, decided that that might be a route to go, and we made a phone call over the weekend. He screen shared the information with us. We looked over the vehicle, and he took the reins from there, and they were able to walk us through the process of buying the car. We're very clear and transparent, and next thing we knew, we had a car in the driveway.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. The legacy of Joe Biden lives. His open border policy let millions of illegal criminals stream into our country. We continue to have customers visit the showroom and report that they have been victims of break-ins and lost their hard-earned and irreplaceable items. So don't be a victim. Drive by the Safe House showroom and see what real security looks like. Picture yourself placing your valuables in a Fort Knox safe. Now that's real protection for your priceless valuables. Drop by the showroom or go to AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Attention, Antifa, human traffickers, cartels, and woke DAs. With Chris Carr as governor, you won't stand a chance.
I'm Chris Carr. In Georgia, we will prosecute you. It's easy for politicians to talk tough, but I'm the only Republican who put gangs, human traffickers, and Antifa behind bars. I even fought Obama, Biden, and Abrams in court and won. If you're attacking our police or our freedoms, I'll be your worst nightmare.
Chris Carr doesn't just talk tough. Carr had the courage, brought the cases, and locked up the criminals. He has more than 120 gang convictions. Over 200 human trafficking victims have been rescued and seized enough fentanyl to kill 3.5 million Georgians. Carr's taking on the woke left, making crime illegal again. As governor, Chris Carr will keep up the fight and never back down. Chris Carr, governor. Real fights, real wins, real conservative. Paid for by Carr for Georgia.
All right, look out. It was on this day in 1948. Zippity Doodah from the Disney classic Song of the South won Best Original Song at the 20th Annual Academy Awards in 1948. And now, sponsored by Gligman's Flams. Holy crap, it's me? That can't be right.
It's you, sir.
Damn, I got nothing. Although now Victor doesn't know this. In fact, I do have a couple of sports things here, and then I'm going to tell Victor one of my unknown stories to him, so I can talk about my stories.
Do a sports story.
How unusual. The March Madness hero at High Point that beat fifth-seeded Wisconsin had never done something before in that stunning upset. This is really a bizarre story. The kid's name is Johnston. Doesn't even have his first name here. Somebody Johnston was a kid who's known as a three-point specialist for High Point, which is either a college or university. It doesn't even say that here. Anyway,
it's a university. High Point. I went there for a year.
Oh, that's right. You told me that. High Point University. This guy Johnson is a three-point specialist. He, he has taken 4 shots inside the three-point range this year. 4. The whole year, he's only taken 4 shots inside the three-point range and missed them all.
Wow.
Missed every one. but he makes almost all of his three-pointers. So all of a sudden, now this guy who's never made a two-point basket all year, missed all of them. He got a pass from his teammate, Rob Martin, and he said, I don't want to do anything flashy. He says, oh, my God, there's 11 seconds left. He said, I'm just trying to finish it. We're down 1. Got the ball thrown to me, and I thought, oh, crap, just get it in the bucket. He said, if we go shock the world, if we do this. So he did, and he made it. The first time he's made a two-point basket all year.
No way.
He missed every other one.
Wow.
He's played 406 minutes and scored 196 points. That is more minutes and more points without scoring a two-point basket than any player ever, period.
How did he make the team?
And his coach said, it's such justice that he gets all the national attention for never making a two-point shot. And son of a gun, the first one he makes all year gets us into the NCAA, into the thing there. He said he made circus cat. He apparently is, and I didn't see these particular shots, but he can shoot off one leg. I mean, he gets the ball and throws it. I mean, and they go in. I mean,
his first 2-point shot that went in busted how many brackets?
Well, yeah, like 30 million or 36 million.
Wow.
Yeah, 36 million.
What a guy.
Unbelievable. Also, another sports action here. Hold on a second. Here we go. Puerto Rican boy Roberto Clemente, a 15-time All-Star with a 317, you don't call it 317, right. With a 317 career batting average. Roberto Clemente elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame, the first Latin American player to be elected into the Baseball Hall of Fame, Roberto Clemente. And again, a hero that passed away and helped take care of needy children and so forth. Let's see. Hold on a second. We got, what else we got here? Yes.
I learned today that the Atlanta Falcons are going to play in Madrid, Spain.
That's right. And again, I'll bet you're thrilled by it.
I think it's...
I don't like them playing in foreign countries.
Neither
and I know.
do I.
Mean, they're not. It's anyway. Go ahead.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Because I'm just not. I like racing. I like Formula One and all that. I'm not a big football guy, and I'm trying to get up on it. I don't know really what to make of it because I just found out today. So my question is, why are they playing in Spain?
Well, the original question is why they're doing it, and the only answer is that they want to make it a worldwide sport and get more money out of it. Everything's got to go to money. If the networks aren't getting money for broadcasting a thing in Spain, they wouldn't do it.
They wouldn't do it.
Now, but again, they could get money with everywhere. So why go to Spain? Why not go do is in fact, what I would do if I were in National Football League, I would take two teams and say, okay, we're going to play in some place like Oklahoma or some state that doesn't have an NFL team, and say, here, we're going to bring NFL teams so you people will play at Oklahoma Stadium or someplace got 100,000 people, and say, here, we're going to show you NFL football in your state.
That makes way more sense to me.
To me, that would be an opportunity for people to see their favorite players or whatever, and to still be on TV, and everybody's happy.
Yep.
Why go to Spain? I mean, they don't know anything about football in Spain.
How much money is it going to take? And you're right, they don't. I mean, Spain, I didn't even know I don't know. It blows my mind, but how much money are they going to spend to go to Spain to play football? And I just don't understand why, because Spain doesn't have a football team that I know of.
Also, I mean, it's time zones and a different thing. I mean, I don't know. Is Spain in the same time zone we are? Let's see, they're right below us. Maybe they're the same time zone. They might be close.
That's a good question, actually.
Well, all right.
I know
now,
it's
Flounder,
a 9-hour
you're
flight.
a geographical expert. Aren't you, Flounder? No, he's reading the book. He's not even paying attention. He's already cut me off. He's done. It's 6. He'll be,
he said it's fine.
He's already gone. He's talking to the wife. What do you want to do tonight?
What are we going to do?
We got more of that meatloaf left.
Did you say meatloaf?
I got him.
I'm going to make another one over the weekend.
I'll take some. We got some phone calls.
Please do.
Hey,
all right, first we got Shay on the horn.
Shay, how you doing, buddy? How's your brother? What's going on?
Jonathan Turley, who looked at that.
So I'm there.
Yes, sir.
Wow, you sound different.
I hit the wrong pod. Sorry. Go ahead, Shay.
Hey, Shay, you're on the radio.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So we wanted to say hello to Victor. For those of us watching on YouTube, we get to see his reactions. I tell you, I think Victor's having a better day than anybody right now.
Well, I don't
during
know.
the Neil Boortz segment, him during the Flounders Funnies, he is laughing his butt off. I love watching how amazed he is at watching your antics. This is pretty good.
Well, good. We're glad we aim to please.
I've had more fun fun today than you can imagine.
We aim to please.
You never knew radio could be like this, did you? So,
No.
so Kimmer, you always, as recently as yesterday, but every day, you complain about the Fox app on your iPad.
I hate it. I swear to God. I mean, so it's the first thing I go to in the freaking morning at 5:30 in the morning, and I'll be reading. I got Fox app, and I'll open it up. I'll scroll down. They got sports. You got the local stuff. Then they got history. You got stuff like this. And I get to a story, open it up, and I read the first two paragraphs, and all of a sudden, zoink, and it goes right back to the beginning again. You have to start all over. What the hell?
Exactly.
And then he texts Flounder.
God.
How much do you pay for that subscription?
Nothing. It's on my phone. It's a free app on my phone. So they're doing that so they can recycle all their stupid pop-up ads. It's a nightmare. Anyway.
So 4 times an hour, as I listen to you every day and have for decades, 4 times an hour, you go to these stupid commercials that just pop out of nowhere, and all of a sudden we lose your voice.
Well,
we don't
that's
hear
how we make when somebody has to pay for it,
So I'm just wondering if maybe the sales weasels over there at Fox have something going on similar to what you got going on.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised. I have no idea. All I know is I bring my girl popsicles every day. I bring her 2 lollipops every day. I don't bring anybody to the Fox girl, so maybe that's a problem.
There you go. Try that next time.
All right, Shay.
Shay, you're being too logical.
All right, man. And hi to brother, and keep in touch,
Yes,
man.
sir.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks, man. 526. Actually, a couple of sports. I'm sorry, Flounder.
One more. We have Barbara.
Barbara. Hey, Barbara. How you doing? Welcome. What's up?
Hi, Cameron. Good to talk to you again. This is Barbara, the cleaning lady.
Oh, Barbara, who wants to come and clean my house? I think just wants to steal my stuff. I think she wants to. I think she's gonna start kissing me and slip me a Mickey, and all of a sudden I wake up like 4 days later with no kidney. Half my liver's gone. I can't find my motorcycle. My freaking Shelby's in the parking lot or something.
But it's clean.
I'm sorry, sweetie. I talked over you. What were you saying?
No, what was the girl that called earlier about the men not being, like men anymore?
Yeah. Don't appreciate men anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I have had 2 husbands that I thought were pretty good.
Yeah.
But after getting to know them, they were just such pansies.
They were pansies?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I had a strong father and 2 strong brothers and strong uncles and everything. And, and it's like, I agree with her. It's just ridiculous.
Well,
it's almost like you want to, like the women want to take over the men's place because the men don't know how to do it.
Well, I honestly, I think everything goes back to the cell phone. I think everything is social media. I think we're all linked, and it's all people get. These screaming, women who are all complaining, unhappy. They don't watch the news. They're not aware of current events. They don't watch what's on, hear talk radio and what's on the news. It's all cell phone, massive, swarming in together stuff, and it's just, and the men and the boys are afraid. I mean, nobody. Like we were talking about Bryce. They don't even know. You don't even call anymore. You text things. You don't even talk face to face, let alone on the phone. It's just.
I know, it's ridiculous. I just, and I would, and I'm single now, but that's like 3 husbands later.
Hey, Barbara, I'm almost afraid to ask, but what happened to your husband?
Oh, no. We're out of time. I'm sorry.
Shoot away.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Well, sweetie, I don't know what the answer is. I hope there's an end in sight because I think there's an awful lot. I think we've lost a generation of women. I think they're very unhappy and angry and upset. And it's just,
I really feel sorry for them, It's like they're just out there blind, running around, and they have no idea what a good thing they have.
Well, not only that, we talked to Bryce yesterday, and he said when he was dating, and was swiping and stuff like that, and the women will list on their dating site, if you voted for Donald Trump, I don't want to talk to you.
I don't want to talk to you.
Oh, well, that's stupid.
I know, it's ridiculous. So you're giving up the opportunity to meet someone who might be the perfect father of your children because he voted Republican. What a stupid reason.
It's crazy.
Then they don't need to be in with any kind of guy that's good.
I know.
They don't need that.
Yeah.
It's like, don't waste their time.
I know.
They're a bunch of morons. That's what they are.
Barbara, you have a great weekend, baby. I'll talk to you. Keep in touch and be careful out there. Kimmer babes are the best. They're just simply the best.
They're the best.
5:30, Victor's here. Kimmer and Pete's off, Flounder on the board, and everything's fine right up till 6 o'clock. I got stuff. We got stories and stuff. You know, it's right over here somewhere. I got to only find it. I had it here. Right? It was right here. God.
Get the latest breaking news and insight from the biggest conservative voices in the South when you follow Extra 106.3 across all your social media platforms. Find us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and YouTube at Extra 106.3.
Well, I know this whole health insurance thing wasn't it kind of supposed to be solved like the beginning of the year when you get everything yeah. Well, I don't know what kind of problems you're having, but I do know this. I know there's a guy to help you out. Yeah, because health insurance, you have to have it. You can't simply not have it. But there might be something better, and it's not for everybody. But again, this is the truth. It might be good for you. It might not. But it's worth checking out with Stephen, the health insurance doctor. That's why they call him the doctor. I've been doing this for a very long time, and he'll give you the straight poop right off the bat, tell you if there's a better way. This is a true story. A family paying $3,000 a month. Now, with the same coverage, didn't sacrifice anything, $1,200. Now, that's not for everybody. Doesn't work for but it happens. It's true. It's a real true story. There are plans with PPO networks, no deductible options, year-round enrollment. Instead, make a phone call. Seriously, I don't know about this stuff, and I know who does, and his name is Stephen, the health insurance doctor. 678-523-0759. Might surprise you. Could be saving yourself some money. Healthinsurancedoctor.net.
The Georgia Swarm are celebrating the best sports fans in the South. Join us for Fan Appreciation Night on Friday, March 20th at Gas South Arena in Duluth. Be there for giveaways and a post-game autograph session on the field. It's all presented by Coastal States Bank. Swarm fans, you guys make the Hive buzz, and we want to thank you so much. Get your professional lacrosse tickets today at georgiaswarm.com for Friday, March 20th at 7:30 p.m. Gas South Arena. That's georgiaswarm.com.
When it comes to luxury, performance, and cutting-edge technology, few brands do it better than Cadillac.
And there's no better place to experience Cadillac than Jim Ellis Cadillac, where buying a luxury vehicle is just as refined as the vehicle itself.
From the bold Escalade to the sleek XT5, the powerful CT5, and the electrifying new Lyriq, you'll find an impressive selection ready to go.
That means more choices, more availability, and competitive pricing, all with the transparent, no-pressure approach Jim Ellis is known for.
And with the Jim Ellis Expressway, you can start your purchase online. Value your trade, schedule a test drive, even complete paperwork from home.
It's luxury car buying made simple and convenient on your terms. Or shop in person and enjoy a professional, welcoming dealership experience that puts you first.
To get started, visit JimEllisCadillac.com or stop by the Jim Ellis Cadillac dealership on Peachtree Boulevard, just inside the perimeter.
Jim Ellis Cadillac, where you can always expect the best.
Attention, extra listeners. Tax season is here. Do you have a retirement tax strategy in place? Because tax planning for retirement is not just about reporting your taxes, it's about planning them. We work with you to create an efficient tax plan to take you through the next stage of life, the next 10 years, 20, 30, and beyond. We'll help keep the golden years golden. Our fiduciary team provides personalized guidance to keep your financial future secure. Don't wait. Plan now for peace of mind. Schedule your complimentary consultation today at masterplanretire.com. Masterplan Retirement Consultants. Plan well and prosper.
Advisory services offered through Masterplan Retirement Consultants, Inc., a registered investment advisory in the state of Georgia. Insurance, tax, and commodity services offered through Fricks & Associates, Inc., DBA Masterplan Retirement Consultants. The aforementioned are affiliated companies.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
Hey, it's Flounder. My wife and I have owned our home for just over a year, and for the past year, we've trusted Dobbs Heating and Air, a local small business that does it right. Right now, Dobbs is offering buy 2, get 1 free on their club membership. 3 HVAC visits for the price of 2. That includes a 21-point inspection, priority scheduling, and savings on repairs and new equipment. Plans start at just $199 with membership starting at $17 a month. Service calls are only $85. Prevent breakdowns and keep your system running strong. Visit DobbsHVAC.com.
Did your security provider sell your account to another company? Or are you unhappy with your current security service? I'm Matt Harvey with Alert 360 Security. We protect the homes and businesses of over 12,000 of your friends and neighbors right here in Metro Atlanta. Our award-winning customer service and 5-diamond certified monitoring start at just $15.95 a month. Switching to Alert 360 is easy. Visit alert360.com to learn more. Sign up in March and get a free electronic door lock. Protect what matters most with Alert 360.
Jackson Hewitt has a great tax prep deal, $149 or less. Missing out is like ignoring a check engine light in your car. You'll regret it. Seriously, the price is only $149 or less, no matter how complicated. So don't wait. Like when you get a password expires today alert, or you're shopping online and there's only one item left. It's like your taxes are in the cart. Just complete the purchase. Hurry. This deal for $149 or less is like your phone at 1%. It's about to power down. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Look out now. Here we go. I was going to say, I had a whole thing ready for on the way to New Orleans. Check this out. I changed my thing here. Here we go. I tried to confuse the Kipper, which is not hard, by the way. By the way, this incredible song. I don't like her version of this personally, but this is Janis Joplin. Started 2 weeks at #1 singles chart. Her version of Chris Christopherson and Fred Foster's song, "Me and Bobby McGee." Freedom is just another word. Now, see, I don't like when she starts shrieking here. But I'll say this: when Chris Christopherson heard her version of it, he said it was the greatest version he ever heard, the greatest thing he ever heard. Wow. When she starts doing this, she goes yonder, right. And incidentally, I think personally, again, Chris Christopherson wrote the song. His opening lyrics: busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train, when I was feeling near as faded as my jeans. Bobby thumbed a diesel down just before it rained and rode us all the way to New Orleans. You can see it and feel it. Now listen, here she goes here. Janis Joplin's starting to go bippity-boppity here. Yeah, she does that strange, that scrangling thing here. Anyway, Christopherson says he did not write the song for her, but it's associated with her because the line, well, I'll read the line here. I got it down here for something. Freedom, just in other words. He said the line, this particular line is associated with her for a good reason. One day up near Salinas, Lord, I let him slip away. He's looking for that home. I hope he finds it, but I'd trade of all my tomorrows for one single yesterday to be holding Bobby's body next to mine. Freedom, just another word for nothing left to lose. And, of course, Janis Joplin died of a drug overdose. Was she part of the 27 Club? I think she is. She was age 27, yeah. Janis Joplin 27 Club, who died at the age of 27. There's like 4 or 5 famous ones, yeah. Wow. And I can't remember now.
Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix.
Jimi Hendrix and more, yeah. Those are 3. Then I think there are probably some more, too. Anyway, and a couple of...
Kurt Cobain.
I think you're right, too. I think that's correct. Here we go. Just play the. Yeah, here we go. This is what I think is. Chris Christopherson said that part almost made him cry. He said that was the greatest sound he'd heard of her yelling like that.
That's pretty. I mean, coming from him.
He wrote it.
Yeah, he wrote it.
Anyway. What a troubled young lady. Of course, that was the 70s, you know. Sports birthdays. Bobby Orr, 78 years old. And Pat Riley, Miami Heat president and former coach Pat Riley's 81 today. And you have a friend sent you some sports things? Is we got a sports update?
So a listener, so a listener that was tuning in just sent a sports. Apparently, we didn't have enough sports.
No, I didn't. It's just the way it goes, all right? It's like, it's not, holy crap, it's a kimmer with a little sports,
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't have a chance to make a new jingle like the morning guys got. The teacher's pet, Jeez.
So this listener said that the Falcons, apparently, they're supposed to be starting quarterback is coming off ACL surgery. So the Falcons went out and did what the geniuses in the Falcons organization do well, is they picked up an head injury-prone quarterback from the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, well, he's about a week late on that story, but that's good, though.
Well,
we appreciate it. Yeah, no, it's good. A new left-handed loser who can't.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, no, it's all right, though. It's good. Everything will be fine.
That's right.
Did he have another one, too?
And the Braves apparently kick off the season this coming weekend, I believe, or next weekend.
Can't be this weekend.
No, next weekend against Kansas City, which apparently is they're starting in interleague play, which apparently is not. I guess it's not usual.
I'm in favor of interleague play. I don't think they start off interleague play. I think that's unusual about it.
Yeah,
the first game of the year is an interleague play.
First game of the year.
But I think I don't have a problem with that. I mean,
me either.
You like baseball?
Me either. I mean, it's baseball.
Yeah, and I'm hoping we get to see him. I don't know yet about this new network thing they got going. I don't know what that means. I don't know where you get. I don't know.
I don't know. Is it going to be another one of those streaming things?
I don't know if it's on my Comcast thing or. I don't know. I'll find out, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have to buy it or rent it or whatever.
No, I wouldn't.
Let's see. By the way, speaking of birthdays, and I got an update story that makes me furious about I mentioned about how people hate conservatives, and another good example of it coming up. This was amazing to me, and I found something new about Holly Hunter. I've always thought she was a little cutie. I like those little short, cutie, cute girls. Little like gymnast type looking chicks. Holly Hunter is 69 years old. I loved her in broadcast news. Also, The Firm, great role in The Firm. I think she won the Academy Award for the piano. Was that the one where she didn't say a word?
I don't
think she spoke, and she won the Academy Award, I believe. She was also in Racing Arizona. And Holly Hunter, at the age of 69 today, Holly Hunter gave birth to twins at the age of 47.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either. Wow.
And how she's from what, Stone Mountain or something? Where's she from? Cumming or so? Not. She's somewhere east of here, east of Georgia. Stone Mountain or
what's her name?
Holly Hunter,
Holly
the actress.
Hunter.
I think she's from somewhere right up there. Anyway, Holly Hunter is 69 years old today. Twins at the age of 47. Wow. That is pretty cool.
That's impressive.
Now, story just popped up this afternoon. Oh, I had it here a second ago. Well, I'll read it off my laptop thing, although I hate the stupid
Conyers, Georgia.
Conyers. Yeah, that's what it was. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Holly Hunter. Have you ever heard the leisure brand, clothing brand called Alo or Alo, A-L-O?
I've never heard of that.
Flounder, you ever heard of that? I bet your wife Veronica has. It's a leisure brand of clothing, and it's apparently quite expensive or luxurious or well-known or something. A-L-O. And they may be in for some legal trouble because of what they've done about Erica Kirk's clothes.
What?
Somebody at the brand of leisure clothing called ALO, somebody at the company, leaked Erica Kirk's private purchase history and used it to smear her. A TikTok creator recorded a viral video claiming he received an email from someone who works at ALO. ALO, I don't know how you pronounce it.
Yeah, Veronica, she's aware of that.
Has she heard of it? Well,
expensive,
yeah,
she says.
I'm sure of it. Someone works at ALO looked up Erica Kirk's account and found out that Erica Kirk spent more than $1,000 the day after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Therefore, the TikTok creator said, well, I'm showing you the receipt mocking Erica Kirk. She was on a shopping spree. Right after her husband died, she went on a shopping spree. The influencer, Mark Osbitz on TikTok, insisted the leaked receipt would completely ruin Erica Kirk's entire story and said she wasn't grieving the morning after her husband was assassinated. 900,000 followers saying, yeah, 8 million people looked at it. The stunning invasion of privacy quickly emerged as fuel for others to torment and abuse Erica Kirk. My God!
Wow.
What kind of soulless demons would even think about it? TP at USA a staffer named Elizabeth McCoy, went to social media explaining that she bought the clothes because Erica Kirk was forced to quickly get on a plane after learning her husband had been assassinated at Utah Valley University. She said, I was the one who made the ALO purchase in person in Utah. When we got the call that Charlie had been shot, we rushed from the office into the airplane. We got there with nothing but the clothes on her back. We were in those clothes all day, slept in them all night at the hospital. The next morning, our friend Stacy handed me her card and said, hey, we go get some items, toiletries, things for the team members, and some freaking clothes. And aloe, whatever it is, was down the street. So to accuse Erica or anybody else of entertaining a shopping spree hours after her husband was brutally murdered is cruel and vicious. It was a planned, manufactured attack against Erica Kirk. The items purchased for staffers rushed to Utah without extra clothing. I mean, this is just... the influencer who posted it, sent by the ALO employee, was extremely critical of Erica Kirk and called her a crazy bitch.
Oh, my gosh.
Attorney for Legal Wellness said the retail stores can't freely disclose your purchasing history to just anybody. They owe you a level of protection in your data, and then using it to mock you? Oh, really? A privacy breach giving rise to several common law statutory claims like public disclosure of private facts and breach of contract upon seclusion, doxing, and negligence. Even though Erica Kirk is not a Utah resident, her purchase occurred in Utah at a brick-and-mortar store in Utah. And so does Utah law, therefore, apply.
Wow.
Let's see. But can you imagine that they're
evil.
Soulless?
No, it's evil.
The darkness in their hearts.
They've got to be sick people.
God.
I don't get it.
And I'll guarantee you, it's young women. I mean, honestly.
You're probably right. I mean,
why aren't they saluting the success of another woman?
Another woman.
All right, 547. All right, here we go. Good Lord. Friday. Let's have Friday. All right, we'll do some tweets or something. Yeah, there you go.
Extra 106.3 is getting ready for the 2026 midterms. And on the ballot, it's freedom versus communism. The choice is clear, and your vote matters more than ever. The future of our community and our country hangs in the balance, and the conservative voice of Atlanta will continue to fight the good fight right up to the election. Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
There's never been a better time to fall in love with Subaru. Now through March 31st, get award-winning vehicles and exceptional offers from a brand you trust during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Subaru of Gwinnett. Explore the full lineup of hybrid, electric, gas, and wilderness vehicles, including the 2026 Subaru Forester and the all-new 2026 Subaru Outback. Every Subaru is made with love and built to last, with dependability and value coming standard. Whether you're looking to match your adventurous spirit with the 2026 Subaru Outback or land on the reliability of the 2026 Subaru Forester, Subaru of Gwinnett has the perfect fit for your family. You'll love exploring in the 2026 Subaru Crosstrek. And the 2026 Subaru Legacy is what happens when we put the best of Subaru into a sedan. Plus, every Subaru model comes equipped with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive. There's a lot to discover and a lot to love at Subaru of Gwinnett. Come in for a test drive on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth or start shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Ventrac. Got hills, heavy brush, or tough terrain that's slowing you down? Howard Brothers has a solution, Ventrac mowers. Built for steep slopes and demanding terrain where traditional equipment struggles, Ventrac is engineered to handle the hard jobs. And with more than 30 available attachments, it's not just a mower, it's a year-round machine. Schedule your demo with Howard Brothers today and see what Ventrac can do for you.
Is your entire home winter ready? Every entry point? Cold air is invading your home through your windows, entry doors, and your biggest entry point, your garage door. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. Keep that cold air out of your home and save on your heating bills with energy-efficient windows, entry doors, and garage doors from All Four Seasons. We're proud to be celebrating a quarter century of quality work and customer care. All the number 4 seasonsgarages.com.
Hello.
Hey, is this Mike Fitzgerald?
No, I think you have the wrong number. Wish I could help you.
Well, you could if you were Mike Fitzgerald.
Who is Mike Fitzgerald?
Mike Fitzgerald is the only realtor I'll talk to because he can sell my house fast for a great price and even in this market.
Yeah, I'm definitely not Mike Fitzgerald.
Oh, I figured that out. Because Mike Fitzgerald would have sold my house already.
Selling your home? You need Mike Fitzgerald from the Harry Norman Realtors team. Visit brokermike.com or call 678-780-HOME.
Human trafficking happens everywhere, sadly, but often happens on our nation's roadways. By being aware and knowing the signs of human trafficking, you could make a difference and help stop this crime. Georgia DOT is doing our part to end human trafficking. Please report any suspicious activity to the Georgia Human Trafficking Hotline at 866-363-4842. For information on the warning signs of human trafficking, visit doas.ga.gov.
Sponsored by the Georgia DOT.
Thousands of veterans across Georgia are missing out on the benefits they've earned through their service. The Warrior Alliance is changing that by connecting veterans and their families to life-changing resources and support. Tune into the Warrior Alliance Network, our podcast and radio show dedicated to helping veterans succeed after service. Join us every Saturday at 11 a.m. on 106.3 to hear inspiring veteran stories, discover free programs, and learn about career opportunities available to you. Subscribe to the Warrior Alliance YouTube channel today.
They lied, they cheated, and they broke the law. Liberal losers forced illegal migration on hardworking Americans. But conservative businessman Rick Jackson is ready to fight back.
I don't care if you're Muslim or Mongolian. You don't have the right to force your culture on our country.
Corrupt career politicians let the invasion happen, then made it worse. But conservative businessman Rick Jackson isn't going to let them get away with it.
Too often, criminal illegals commit sick, violent crimes, victimize our children, and get away with murder. So here's my guarantee to them. Do that when I'm governor, and you'll end up deported or departed. Any questions?
It's time to win big for Georgia. Rick Jackson, the Trump-supporting, straight-talking, successful businessman with nothing to lose. Rick Jackson for governor.
Paid for by Jackson for Governor, Inc.
Here we go. Dun, dun. Have a little John Lennon for you. 1969, John Lennon. He married Yoko Ono in Gibraltar. They spent their honeymoon in Amsterdam. Gee, I wonder why.
I wonder why. She eventually killed the Beatles.
Yeah. They campaigned in Amsterdam for the International Bed-In for Peace. Do you remember the Bed-In? They planned another bed-in in the United States, but were denied entry. So they went to Montreal, and during a bed-in at the Queen Elizabeth Hotel, recorded Give Peace a Chance. Lennon also detailed the period in The Beatles, The Ballad of John and Yoko, recorded by Lennon and McCartney in 1969. John Lennon, what a story. What a the whole Beatles, oh my goodness. Let's see, some birthdays here. It's Kimmer Pizza, Flounders here, and Victor is joining us here with our great appreciation. It's really been fun having here. And I hope you've had a little something to...
Absolutely.
A couple of birthdays. Let's see, Barron Trump is 20. We mentioned that before. Teresa Russell's birthday. Do you know who that is? Teresa Russell?
I do not.
She's an actress. She is sultry as the day is long. Teresa Russell, 69. She was in the movie Black Widow, and she, as I remember, she kissed Deborah Winger on the mouth.
Wow. Back then.
I think she was the killer. Teresa Russell, 69 years old, also in Wild Things. If you Google Teresa Russell from the movie Black Widow, you'll see she was sultry, kind of has that sort of sleepy little, she almost looks like that Sydney Sweeney kind of look to her. But Teresa Russell is pretty. Sydney Sweeney is not pretty. Sydney Sweeney is sexy, but she's not pretty. But Teresa Russell is pretty, or was pretty. Anyway, Teresa Russell, 69. Spike Lee, 69 today. Malcolm X, Do the Right Thing. Spike Lee was born in Atlanta.
I didn't know that.
Spike Lee, born, he was 69 years old. And David Thewlis, 63. He was in the Harry Potter movies. He's a guy with a weird face. He was a great actor. David Thewlis was also in Fargo, the season where they had the parking lot gangster scandal. And he was the overseas guy who was running everything. Anyway, David Thewlis is 63 today. And there you go. Okie dokie. Now, let's see. 5:55. Okay, we only got a minute left. Oh, by the way, for the record, the Democrats are still coming to get us. Again, if they take control again, a big fat governor, Illinois Governor Fatzker, is now saying that we're going to prosecute anybody who worked with the administration of Donald Trump and law enforcement officials who broke the law trying to gain control of the White House in 2028. Fatzker is running for a third term as governor. He said we're going to do our own version of getting back at the Republicans called the Project instead of Project 2025, it's Project 2029. And they're dubbing it to quickly implement and restore the rule of law. People in this administration who've broken the law, federal agents broken the law, we're going to go get them. They're going to get them criminal charges and civil charges. Over Donald Trump, they're putting National Guard troops in Chicago. We're going to get them for breaking the law. Can you imagine these people?
It's unbelievable.
Good Lord. Hey, Flounder, how about one more Flounder's Funny as a wrap up every Let It Rip Friday on a beautiful day here?
I believe teenagers are God's revenge on mankind. I really do. I think one day the good Lord was looking down over his creation and said, let's see how they like it to create someone of their own image who denies their existence. Because I have read the Bible more than once, cover to cover, and it never mentions how old the devil was when he rejected God's authority. If I'm guessing an age, I'm saying 16. Devil got his driver's license, drove to Georgia. That's all I know.
Devil went down to Georgia. Very funny.
One heck of a fiddle player, buddy. You can't argue with a 16-year-old. You can't. They have a 3-word vocabulary. That's it. Is a word. You gonna pass your history test? Is another word. Well, you can't spend the night at your friend's house. You flunked the history test. And then that word whatever, drove me insane. It affected my nerves. Because when it would come out of their mouths, I'd immediately blink them right in the eyes. Whatever. Stop that. And get your little angels ready for therapy. They're going. This is America. Your kid's going to lay on a couch at some point in his life and blame you for everything. You might as well give him reasons going in. Don't stress about it. They're going to do it. I told my kids when they learn to write, when you perceive an injustice in our home, do us all a favor. Write it down and date it, and I'll initial it for you. How come? Well, when you're middle-aged, my memory's not so good, we can breeze through the therapeutic process together. I'll just hand that book to the therapist. All that stuff with my initials next to it, I did, and I'll be at the golf course. I don't get it. Where we're at as a nation, we got 40-year-old men calling up their 65-year-old fathers and yelling at them at 2 in the morning and blaming them for all the grief in their life. It may be true. He may have had a rotten father, but at this point in his life, what do you expect him to do for you? I got my answer ready. I'm waiting for one of my sons to call me up at 2 in the morning. You ruined my life. All I'm going to say is, whatever. What other answer is there? Do over? You know, well, we didn't mean to ruin your life. Hey, why don't you move back home? Me and Mom will re-raise you. Yeah, we're a lot calmer since our strokes, don't you know? We can't remember when bedtime is. We can't remember anything. You can move home and help us find our shoes in the morning. That'll be fun. We can't find anything around here. Remote controls, car keys. It's like a scavenger hunt every day. You sure do sound like a nice young man. What was your name again?
Cool. Who's that there, Flounder?
Jeff Allen.
Jeff Allen, of course. I didn't recognize the voice. Anyway, Victor, great fun having you
Awesome.
here, man. Have a great weekend,
You
and
too.
We'll see you again, and
Definitely.
everything will be fine.
Love
And
it.
Flounder and Mrs. Flounder Veronica, have a great weekend. And Pete Davis, we'll be seeing you. Look out. It's only me. Hey, Christine, sing me home, baby. I gotta go. You're killing me. Look out, Herb.
The Kimmer Show is live on your ride home on WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra.
Close to meeting objectives. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox